Oh god, it's doubling in my ears. Stop that. It's not funny. It's
Get doubled, idiot.
You're so mean.
Oh my god, look, the song's, the pursuit is kind of playing in the background. Because it's mixed into the... Anyways.
Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we're back with some more Ace Attorney investigations. My Edgeworth, yay! My Edgeworth. I'm sorry. That was terrible. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing great. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. Yay! Can you believe January is almost over? Or almost 1/12 through the year and it just started. Guys, help. please? I'm scared. I need to drink water. What's so funny? What, you don't like how I chug my water? What do you have against it?
Bad.
Guys get it. Anyway, if you guys missed the last couple streams at this point, this episode has been going on for a while. Honestly, I don't know what else to tell you. Basically, two guys got killed. There's a super great thief on the loose. We figured out their true identity. It was actually, spoiler alert, multiple people being this one thief. And now one of them's captured, the other one let themselves get arrested, and one of them's dead. But there's a puppet behind them all, and we're gonna figure out who that guy is today. And I have a strong feeling I know who it is.
It's me.
Yeah, it's definitely you, K Faraday.
Hello.
Hi, that's me.
Hello.
Anyway, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, not really. I think I'm
Other than
really sad.
why? Are you sad or are you tired? Both. I thought so. Anyway, I think that's enough yap for now. It's time to start some Ace Attorney investigations. Smile. Do I have the audio? Yes, I do. Okay. Oh. We're finally, I hope you know, up until this point, we've been in like the beginning and middle sections. We're finally at the last chunk of the last third. We're in the final act now, for real this time. I don't know if we're gonna finish the game today. We might, but we might not.
You're so funny. I entirely think we are.
Not? Or are?
Not.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that we were on the same page there. Anyway, I think that's enough yap for me. Hold on, let me turn this down a schmitch. There you go. All right. Time for episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze, Ladder. Yay! The videotape testimony. You ready?
I don't think so, but you know what? I guess.
Should I hit no?
No, we can't. I thought it said like, "Are you ready?" and you could just press no just in case.
Are you ready? No, and it loads anyway.
Yeah.
March 15th, 12:07 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby.
Can't believe he got shot. Sorry.
Yeah, that did happen, huh? He really took a bullet for Evil Lady. You.
He's so attractive for that.
I thought I want to do Edgeworth's voice. Oh god. So now we know who the Yatagarasu really was. And yet there remains much to this case that needs to be resolved. I'll warm up to
Like
it.
how the weapons crossed country lines, for example. I'm the wrong person. And the two countries have incredibly strict security systems and entry procedures. My voice. I didn't drink water yet.
Uh-huh, yeah, you were laughing at how I drink water, now look at you. I'm sorry, that's me.
You can't hear it. I'm shaking my water bottle.
Oh, good. Ding, 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 ding.
What? The water is warm because my room is warm. But it's like a negative.
What?
Like 7
Is the water warm or not?
Fahrenheit. Huh? It is, but it's because my room's incredibly warm.
Okay.
Short of a miracle, it's impossible for someone to have smuggled them in.
Smuggling them in, huh? We will need to open a new line of investigation on just this aspect alone. Before we do, I would like to go through my evidence once more.
No.
Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Oh my god, we got new evidence. Let me see.
How does he do this? That's a lot.
It's still, yeah, I guess it is still a lot, huh?
And the flowers are still there.
I mean, we haven't used them yet. Hey, there's a VCR here, sir. Now we can see what's on that tape Detective Bad gave us.
This piece of evidence from the KG8 incident hidden from sight for 10 long years. Just know that this is related to the current case somehow. Detective Gumshoe.
Hmm?
We're gonna see the most fucked up shit.
Probably.
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please play the tape for us.
Sure thing, sir.
What if I don't want to watch? Actually, I'm a little nervous. Oh, yeah.
This man, it's Manny Cochin.
And he's holding a knife in his hand. This looks like footage from a security camera at the entrance of an apartment building.
An apartment building? How do you figure that?
Unlike you, I actually read the summary file in the KG. I can read mostly.
It was read, not read.
I added a can, so I read it as read.
I can actually read.
I can actually read the summary file on the KG8 incident, is what I was trying to say.
I see.
And the crime scene was the victim's own apartment.
So this footage was shot at the entrance to the victim's own apartment building.
At the trial, Mr. Faraday claimed that this piece of the footage existed.
However, no one could find it.
Yes, somehow someone was able to steal it and hide it through Mr. Ernest Armano.
I can see how this would have been a definitive piece, and why someone would want to hide it.
Why would he record that?
But it's a piece of evidence from a 10-year-old case. There's no way it's related to this case we're working on now, sir.
Actually, I believe it has everything to do with the case we're working on now. The ringleader even went so far as to use Mr. Portsman to retrieve it. Which means that in this video lies a very inconvenient bit of footage to the ringleader.
Where? Where? Gumshoe frantically mashing the buttons.
Wait, what was that?
Huh?
The bit you played just now. Please show it to me again. This car. There's something we cannot overlook.
Oh, it has a license plate. Can we read it?
That's what you're looking at? I was looking at the flag.
I saw the flags too, but I'm the license plate is like the more is like.
Manny Cochin.
There's Manny Cochin. He's coaching right now.
Look at the car.
Yeah, no, I see him.
He's like, I'm Manny Cochin. I'm about to kill someone.
I'm Manny Cochin. This car is self-drivable.
I'm Manny Cochin. My nickname is Manny.
I'm Manny Cochin. My nickname is Manny.
My favorite color is blood.
My birthday is.
My birthday is the time of your death. Anyway. Why's that, sir?
Look here, Detective Gumshoe.
Hold on. Something we cannot overlook. So do you think it's the flag or the license plate?
Well, go with whatever you want.
I'll go the flag because that seems more obvious.
I hate thinking.
This is the national flag of the Principality of Codopia. And because it has the national flag on it, we know this has to be an official government car. But the question we should be asking ourselves is, what was the government car doing there?
Miss Von Garber and Mr. Edgeworth. So you were here all this time.
It's him, guys. Shoot him down. Ambassador Alba.
Oh, sorry, I just realized this was him. Thank you very much for continuing the investigation, even at this time of night. If only I was even a tiny bit more careful. This tragedy would have never have happened. I am truly sorry.
This wasn't your fault, sir. This had nothing to do with how careful you were.
You idiot, Quackus! You can chase after a simple thief! Now then, let's get down to the real reason why I came looking for the two of you.
And he pulls out a gun.
I would like you to put the investigation on hold for a little while. Can you do that?
Excuse me?
I heard you've apprehended the thief that turned this embassy upside down. And we are in the middle of an event celebrating our country's reconciliation. We can't exactly have the police and detectives walking around here forever. You're scaring the visitors away, so I hope that you can understand how I feel.
Yeah, but we must finish our investigation and resolve the remaining issues.
Why don't we leave the rest to the Alibi and Ablaze police?
Ambassador, we are so close. Just a little more and...
Miss Von Karma, I'm afraid I've made up my mind. And without my permission, you can't proceed with your investigation anyway, right?
Sorry, I was about to say, it doesn't matter, you're dying in the next, year. That is true, however.
I feel like I should expedite your death.
I feel as if we should talk about your poor hygiene. You're basically radiating green all over the place.
A radioactive grandpa?
Sure.
As you said at the very beginning, this area can be considered to be Alabastian soil, in which case we are nothing but foreigners in their land. Is this really where our investigation ends? What the?
I knew it. It was Bow Wow. It's my little Bow Wow puppy.
Shifu, we found Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Shifu, this way. Yo.
Agent Lang, you're back on the scene rather quickly.
If I laid back and took a break, I'd lose the scent of my prey, Mr. Prosecutor. Agent Lang, why have you returned? Because I have to resolve this case, no matter what. And I'm sorry to inform you. Man, don't take this the wrong way. I don't suspect you personally. However, a member of Interpol was just found to be a thief, and so... Under these circumstances, I wish to put your investigation on hold. After all, I believe our own police can handle things from here. They are quite capable.
At this rate, our investigation really will come to a close.
Ambassador Alba, I get it now. I really do. Oh, I'm very glad you understand how I feel. No, not that. What I was talking about is... I know who the killer is behind tonight's murder.
You...
No.
Ah!
Killer?
Do you really mean that, Agent Lang? Moles don't lie.
Well,
What do you mean? Moles
they
don't?
don't. They don't, but I'm thinking of the boy who cried wolf, and I'm like, well,
Well, he cried
someone here is
wolf.
gonna lie.
He wasn't a wolf.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking if someone here is lying, then please reference it, Lang. Much loved.
In some weird, intricate way. Then who is it? Well, let me first say that I'm not talking about Mr. Cochin's murder. That was all Sheena. Lang Ji says, the truth lies not at the exit, but rather shines outside the maze itself. The truth is unexpectedly simple. So let me ask you this. Who do you think was Damas II's killer? I'll tell you who. It was you, Franziska von Karma. What? Bro.
I was the killer? Hey, wait, but that's possible.
Yeah. Although that whip is actually quite... Yow!
Hold your tongue and that ludicrous remark you were about to make.
Agent Lang, are you seriously accusing her of murder?
Yeah, I am.
He doesn't appear to be joking.
Hey, sis. Remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech, he called you into his office, right?
Yes, he did, but what does that have to do with anything?
I'm getting to that. Furthermore, in order to solve both cases, you moved around rather freely between Alabas and Bobble, did you not?
Objection!
And where is your evidence that I'm the killer?
I was just getting to that. Trust me, I'll show them to you in due time. Ambassador Alba, in order for me to bring this case to a close, I'll need to inspect your office one more time. Will you grant me permission? I think I know what he's getting at.
No, I know. It's kind of obvious. Because, like, why would we do that?
Honestly, it's I could have totally believed he was genuinely accusing her. Just because
I didn't. Because it's like, oh, it's the woman.
I don't know. Listen, hey, he might have been like, that was pretty terrifying. I think she killed someone.
No, Gumshoe's like that.
Listen, I wouldn't have put it past him, but like I knew it wasn't legit. What things
She
they
works
are.
with Interpol.
Yeah. What things they are. I suppose I don't have much of a choice, do I? Good. Let's move out. No, and don't even think about running away, sis. My pack will be keeping a close eye on you. You can bet your bottom dollar on that.
As if I would have any reason to flee. But just know that, just so we're clear, your logic had better be sound. Because I'll accept nothing short of a perfect explanation.
She seems rather upset. Not that I blame her.
I expect that you'd accept no less. But we'll see how long you can keep that nose of yours stuck up in the air like that.
Ugh.
Hold it!
Agent Lang. Someone related to tonight's case, I request that you allow me to take part. And so that I may clean up my superior's mess.
I guess I should. The more the merrier. Especially when it's the peanut gallery.
Jesus. Oh, in that case, I want to join in too. Please! Still haven't seen what it looks like in the Alabas yet.
If you let Kay in, then you gotta let me in too, pal.
It's like the secret little wolf pack.
I can't sit around and do nothing when Miss Von Carver's in trouble.
Hey, Gummy, let's have a competition to see who can save her first, okay?
Okay, I'll take you up on that. No, yeah, I'm fired up and ready to go.
As a detective, I don't believe this is something you're supposed to be excited over.
Sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Sorry, my brain broke on his
Please
voice.
tell me he's just like /J, actually, because now I can't tell.
What? That he actually is genuinely accusing her?
Yeah, now I can't tell.
You see what I mean? Like, you can't put it past him. Because he could do this shit, but I don't think he's being serious. Because if he was, he wouldn't have let Edgeworth in either. Anyway, sounds like this is gonna get real interesting. Ambassador Alba, I'll be bringing these kids along for the ride. Very well. But I'd like you to keep in mind that this will be your last chance. I'll have this whole mess cleaned up before you know it. Now let's go. I'm sorry. You good?
Yeah.
March
I'm
15th,
humming along with you.
12:53 a.m. Alabastine Embassy, Ambassador's office. Okay, now let's go over the facts one more time. Manny Coach's body was found over in the Secretariat's office at Babel. The weapon that took his life was one of Alabast's ornamental knives. God, that's an annoying word to say. And then the body of Damas II, Mr. Kashino. Is that how you say his name?
Casino?
Kashino? That's funny. I like that. Mr. Kashino was found here in the Alabastine Ambassador's office. Through our investigation, we found that the murder weapon was this Primidux statue. Now, this is actually Bobble's statue. This case, no matter how I look at it. Sis, if it wasn't you, there's someone else who could have pulled this off.
Objection!
Agent Lang, do you understand the full implications of what you're saying?
Of course I do, sis. And I'm serious. God, he's either selling it really well or he's really stupid. You were on the trail of the smuggling ring, and you wanted any evidence you could find. And so, while people were distracted by the Yatagrasa's appearance, you stuck in there. Sorry, in here. That's when you two ran into each other. You and that other thief who took advantage of the confusion for the fire.
Objection!
Even if all of that were true, how do you explain the movement of the weapon?
What happened?
I forgot the S at the end of weapon.
Oh. Don't worry. I'll punish her that you're the code behind that too. You have permission to investigate both embassies at will. With that kind of free reign, you could have easily taken the weapons across country lines. Oh, what? Oh God. This is so sick.
They're in love. I'm sorry.
Dude, he caught the whip. That's so raw. That's so cool. Sorry. That's so sick. Hey now. Look, sis, I thought I already told you. I'm not messing around here. This case is directly tied to the smuggling ring. But Sheena certainly is tied to the smuggling ring.
He's right in saying that she is a member of the smuggling ring. However, the connection between this case and the ring could not be deeper than what any of us can imagine.
God.
Let's get this ridiculous circuit over with already.
Franziska, you need to calm down. Because you only know the facts of the Alabastian side of the case. I don't believe you can see the case as a whole, and therefore solve it.
What?
But don't worry, I am taking this seriously as well, and I will prove your innocence.
That's the only way to be, Mr. Prosecutor. But can you come up with anything else that can top my hypothesis? Of course, your expedition has to solve the mystery of the moving weapons as well.
Of course, and I will. Let us now delve into the truth behind the murder of Damas II.
You do understand, don't you, Miles Edgeworth? This isn't just a confrontation against Agent Lang, sorry.
It's okay.
If you can't figure out, though, who the murder of
Damas
I
II.
hate his name.
You can just
If
Damas
you can't
II.
figure out the murder of Damask II is related to the smuggling ring, then it will be the end of our investigation.
As long as I have no good counter-argument to his hypothesis. And the best I can do is walk this thin tightrope and see what I can do. It's about to do tricks on it.
Oh shit! He has like this little skateboard, like finger skateboards. He's like, watch me do tricks.
He's gonna use a
Watch
tech.
this kickflip.
He's gonna take a tech deck and do tricks on a tightrope.
No, it's because he said, watch me do tricks on it. And I'm like, oh my god, a tech deck.
See what I can do.
Anyway.
Come on, Mr. Prosecutor, let's get started.
Yes, let's.
I was hoping we get to do a little more investigating, but sure. Let's do some more reasoning death matches.
Reasoning death.
Border crossing weapons. What if Alba's knives was using Bobble to murder Mr. Cochin? And the murder weapon in the killing of Damas II is Bobble's Primidux statue. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security. God,
Jesus Christ.
that's a lot of... The only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you.
So as long as I can't explain how the weapons moved about, Franziska will remain a suspect.
You got it, Mr. Prosecutor. Just why don't you stop giving me a hard time? Under these circumstances, who the heck can carry a weapon across country lines? I've worked through every possibility. There's only one that's possible. Your boss.
Agent Lang, what I've learned from you just now is that you've lost sight of yourself.
What are you talking about?
By focusing too intently on that which is in front of us, we become blind to the truth. Don't tell me Lang Ji never said anything to that effect.
Damn. You prosecutor, what do you think you are speaking about Lang Ji's proverbs like that?
I don't need his proverbs. Because my words are you will need to see the truth.
Okay. Rebuttal. Order crossing weapons. I have no idea what the hell we need to do, but...
I was thinking of the map that was found in Manny Cochin's thing that had to do with the smuggling.
Yeah,
ring.
yeah.
It was also found with
I was thinking that too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, it's okay. I understand it. That's important.
No, I'm sorry. I was like saying in agreement. I didn't mean to be dismissive. Oh, so the ship. It looks like a little ship. Does it look? What does this look like to you? This piece of paper.
Huh?
What is this piece of paper shaped like to you? It's like a little castle on a hill.
But there's a little thing on top of it, like a dent.
Yeah, or maybe it's like
Can we join it with another piece of paper that we found?
No, I don't think. No, because it's from the notepad inside of his desk. They all came like this.
Evil notepad.
Evil notepad. Anyway, I'll press as per usual.
I concur that this knife crossed over country lines.
Good, but that's not the only thing that did. You mustn't forget about the other weapon. The knife was only one. Never opened the killing of the master second is about you. No way.
So you're saying that the Primidux statue was also brought over by Francisco?
Like I told you before, that's the only way it makes sense.
And how exactly did she bring it over?
I haven't figured that out yet.
That's a rather weak statement considering how sure you are.
Maybe, but there's one thing I do know for sure. Somehow these two objects were able to penetrate the two countries' impenetrable security.
Impenetrable? I should hardly think so.
You've seen the top of the wall between the two countries, right? Who in the world could cross over that?
Yeah, not even I could climb over that thing with all that barbed wire.
The only way to tie the embassy is through the doors in the Deduction Neutralis. The only way for the knife and the Primidux statue to traverse the two countries is through those security camera-equipped, well-guarded doors. When you traverse the two countries just as far and after the crimes with you.
Was Francisco really the only person to have traveled between the two countries?
According to the guards at both doors, she's the only one to go back and forth. The sister was in Alba when the Yatagarasu showed. And then just before you guys found Mr. Coach's body, she entered Babel. I think we can assume that's when she brought the knife into Babel.
Then how do you explain the Primidux statue?
I haven't quite figured that out yet. However, the fact that the two weapons crossed the border proves that the killer must have also traveled across the country lines. Look,
The only things that cross...
oh my god, my brain is breaking.
The only things to cross the border are the Primidux statue and the knife. You should only think that those are the only two items, Agent Lang.
Okay. So these two are, okay. Eventually, okay, so the only one who traversed the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. Yeah, let me check this note. I have a feeling you're right on the note being the correct answer here.
Oh, I didn't think it was the correct answer here. I was just pointing out that the note's probably gonna be what we need to use.
But I think it does make sense, to be fair, because like this is found on Damask, right? And he's here in. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. No. Maybe I'm stupid. No. This doesn't prove anything. I'm stupid. I had the two countries mixed up. The photo? Probably not. It's a pretty pencil. I know that's not what it is. What if we still have the samurai dogs, man?
Because it's yummy.
Only when you traverse the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. As in this guy. Nothing else traveled?
The steel samurai. Let's accuse Larry again.
Let's accuse Larry again. Oh, this is so difficult. I'm so stupid.
You are not stupid.
So this is crossing into Alabas? Maybe it's the picture. Maybe it's the picture. Let me read this. I hate that I'm already stuck this early.
Yeah, well, that's the price you have to pay to be awesome.
But I'm not awesome. I'm just dumb.
Well, that's the price you gotta pay anyway.
Oh, wrong place. Pick. Maybe this? I don't know what this length of wire is gonna do for me. I wanna go with the picture.
Hey, you're lying about this piece of evidence.
Like she says, confidence is like a soul. And words without confidence are but empty shells. You shouldn't waste your breath on words you have no confidence in, Mr. Prosecutor. Although it's just as bad to say something in full confidence and be wrong. Ugh.
Are you going to let him lecture you about your self-confidence like that?
I don't need to be overflowing with self-confidence. I just need to think rationally. After all, I only need to be confident in the facts.
Okay. Travel between the two countries. I need to think about who else could have traveled between the two countries. I need to show an item that proves that someone was able to travel between the two countries. That wasn't Francisco. So an item belonging to someone else.
You've got this. I could be helping, but what's the fun in that?
Showing. I'm pooped.
You're not poopy.
Yummy card.
Go derpy, go derpy, go derpy, go
I don't know.
Go derpy, go derpy, go derpy, go derpy. Come on, use that brain of yours if you haven't been already. Surely you know the
These
answer.
two objects are able to penetrate these two countries' impenetrable security. The owner should rest between the two countries just before and after the crimes was you. There I go.
Oh.
Yeah?
What about the Primidux statue?
Which one?
Wasn't it? Fuck. There's two of them.
The
Baubles.
Baubles? Do you mean the one that's actually from Alabast, or do you mean the one that was actually from Bauble?
Baubles.
This one?
Because this one's hollow.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That isn't important right now, but this is a good point.
I don't think, but not in this statement.
He
third
means this.
I'm talking no, but I think on the third statement it would make more sense.
What? Why would it be this statue?
I mean, it could be either statue, probably.
But why?
I think.
I want to know the
I'll
reasoning.
explain.
Huh?
I guess because they were both swapped. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So. Trust me. I got the hunch.
You want me to present this?
Hmm.
Okay. You know what? You got it.
Agent Lang, those two items are not the only two to cross the border
Edgeworth's
tonight.
gonna do the explaining for me because I have the thought process. I can't explain it.
No, I get what you mean. If one was swapped, the other had to be stopped as well. That means more than two
Kind of.
objects passed.
Edgeworth, take the lead.
Oh? The Master Second was killed with Bobbles' Primidux statue, yes. But if that's the case, then tell me, where did Alba's Primidux statue go?
To Bobble!
Precisely. And if the two statues really were switched, then this means that both statues were smuggled across the border at some point. Which means that a total of 3 items were smuggled across the embassies.
I guess so. But you know what? It doesn't matter the number of items. Only that the sis is the only one who could have done it. Because the only person who went back and forth between Alibi and Bobble is her.
Is that really true? Was there no one else who traveled between the two countries? Actually, there was definitely another person. One who paid a visit to both sides of the wall. Is that really so, Agent Lang?
What allows you time to try and bluff your way out of this? I checked out what the guard said, along with the security camera's footage. You're not going to overturn my hypothesis that easily.
I'm jamming right now.
But suppose there was some other way other than through the theater doors.
What other way?
The other entity that managed to cross the border unharmed. If I pointed out, it would open up a whole new possibility. And though I hesitate to bring this out, as long as this entity exists, the impossible road becomes a possibility.
Looks like you've got some clever idea in mind.
I do, and I can show it to you through a single piece of evidence.
Fine then. Let's see this piece of evidence that will show me this other route.
This piece of evidence will show us another way to move between the two countries.
Take that!
Agent Lang, I'm sure you are familiar with this unforgettable photo.
That supernatural photo, like I said before. Humans can't fly.
No, of course not. I understand that perfectly well.
You don't start claiming that she not somehow grew wings either.
I wouldn't dream of claiming that.
I won't allow you to take back what you said either. I'll say it again. It's not humanly possible to fly through the air without wings. So you better have a good explanation for this, Mr. Prosecutor.
Duh. But how could I prove who it was that flew through the air in this photo? Wait, not humanly possible. Eureka! Very well. You will have your explanation.
Sounds like you have a good idea simmering inside that head of yours. Let's hear it.
I have the stupidest idea.
The face hidden within this photo's blurry trailed shadow is...
I have the stupidest
What?
idea. But it's the alabaster statue, and she just flung it over. Please. Not Bobbles, alabaster.
You know what I was thinking? The wire. I'm not presenting the wire, but this is what was used.
The wire, that was okay.
No, because like nothing can fly, so the wire was used as like you like tie it to the wire and you like swing it across.
That's fair.
Anyway,
That's fair.
anyway, this
I think
statue
she
or this
flung the
statue?
The alabaster statue.
This one?
Following the logic of what he's saying, yeah.
I'm not following well enough then.
Okay.
No,
Well,
this
the
one.
alabaster statue.
Take that!
Naturally, the shadow is the third smuggled object, the Primidux statue replica.
You can't be serious.
The Atakarasu, or rather, Callisto Yu, dressed as Agent Sheena, was inside Bobble. She dressed the replica statue up in clothes and launched it through the air.
Ha! Mr. Prosecutor! You left out a very crucial bit in your explanation.
I know I did.
She launched it through the air. Ha! And how exactly did she do that?
He is literally burying his fangs at me. But he has a point. How exactly did it move through the air like that? As long as this remains unsolved, we won't be able to move any closer to the truth. Which reminds me, didn't he say this earlier?
Hey sis, I remember that just before Ambassador Alba went to give his speech. He called you into his office, right?
Just before the murder, Francisco was called here, right into this very room. If that's the case, then that may be another avenue I can pursue. Agent Lang, in order for me to answer that question, I will need to hear testimony from Miss Von Karma.
No? What are you up to now, pretty boy?
I am pretty boy, yay!
Earlier, you mentioned something of interest to me. You said that just before the murder occurred, Miss Von Karma had been in this room because Ambassador Alba had called for her. And for that reason alone, you believe her to be the killer.
Yeah, I guess I did say something like that.
In that case, I believe it is my duty to ask her what her side of the story is.
Ha! Do you really think a criminal will tell us the honest truth?
How dare you! As I've said numerous times, there's possibly no proof that I am the killer. Absolutely. No proof that I am the killer. Miles Edgeworth, don't tell me you suspect me too!
I don't. However, I can't ignore the fact that you were in this room at one point in time, which is why I would like to hear about it from you. Francisca, I feel that I still don't have enough information, which is why your testimony is incredibly important to the outcome of this case.
Alright. So, what would you like me to talk about?
I'd like you to please testify to your movements up until you came into this room.
All right, let's try this your way for a change. But if what she has to say turns out to be a waste of time, I'll place her on arrest faster than you can howl no!
Very specific.
As you wish.
Movements in Alabast.
As I said earlier, I was assigned to guard duty in the Alabastian embassy. Give me a second.
You're fine.
I'm locked the fuck in right now, Miles Edgeworth. Ooh, I'm locked in. I'm locked the fuck in on something. Please, sorry, forgive me.
You're fine.
After I set the Steel Samurai off on his way toward the ambassador's office, I returned to the Rose Garden for a bit and checked up on the security situation. After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
Francisco, I want us to make this clear from the very beginning. So what I wish to confirm is that the only time span in which you were in this office. My God, was before the murder occurred. Is that correct?
Yes, of course.
I see. But now the only way that I can see for us to break out of this situation is to ask Francisca about her testimony in more detail.
Brass Gaming, rebuttal. Movements in Alabast. Guard duty in Alabast.
I thought your duty was to fact-find anything you could about the smuggling ring.
Yes, that was my job. But upon hearing that the Yatagarasu has sent a calling card to the embassy, Ambassador Alba called upon us to protect the embassy instead. That incident 7 years ago. Or have you forgotten what happened here back then?
No. Anything related to that case you were involved in appears to be rather painful for her. It's not exactly what I can readily forget myself.
Looks like you remember the case after all.
Of course I do.
I inspected every location, every possible escape route. Every aspect of the police security detail. I did all that. Then after that,
I'll see a samurai off his way towards the ambassador's office.
So you were at the theater as well?
yes, I suppose you were also there watching the stage show?
Well, yes. So Francisca was there.
Well, after the show was over, and I saw the Steel Samurai off.
Oh my god, I don't know why I'm yelling so much.
Why did you need to confirm the degree of preparation for even the speech?
For security's sake, of course. What other reason would I have had? No one knew just how the Yatagarasu had planned on getting in, right?
Yes, I suppose you're right.
And in the end, the Yatagarasu did choose to appear in the Rose Garden. But even if it did turn out to be nothing more than just a shadow. Ugh, who would have thought that she would have used a shadow?
Ah! Calm down, Francisca. She must still be nursing a grudge over the fact that she couldn't figure it out herself.
Oh, button.
Anyway, there was no one in the Rose Garden. And we were aware that the speech was set to start soon thereafter.
After all the preparations were in place, I was called back by Ambassador Alba to his office.
At that time, Damask II's body had yet to be found in this room, is that correct?
I can't see. That's right. But Ambassador Alba was here. One could hardly miss his rather large presence.
Colonel will say anything to get out of getting arrested. How do we know that you're not lying?
Well, if you need proof, I'd be happy to oblige you.
Seriously?
Like I keep telling you. When I arrived at this office, Ambassador Alba was already here. He was standing by the flower box on the windowsill, watering his plants.
I can attest to that. I remember speaking with the lovely lady around that time here in my office.
Ugh. All right then. Add that statement to your testimony. And let's hear some details.
So Ambassador Alba was in this room at the time. What at the time was he?
No, the Master Alba was watering the flowers on the windowsill.
For the sake of being thorough, I'd like to ask you something. How did you know that Ambassador Alba was watering his plants at the windowsill?
What do you mean by that?
God, why am I yawning so much? I'm gonna cry.
The entrance to this room is on this side. However, the window is on the opposite side. If what you say is true, then when you entered the room, his body would have been like a wall. He would have been blocking your view of what he was doing. Isn't that not correct?
I suppose it would be hard to see around him. But fortunately for me, Ambassador Alba is not an immovable wall. I knocked before I entered, and as I did, he turned around to greet me. With a watering can in his hand. So it's only natural to believe that he was watering his plants, right?
I suppose.
After his greeting, we spent a little time talking about his flowers. He had obtained them himself, and is growing them with the utmost care, you know?
Yes. The plants in this room, they're all like my children.
Okay. The passion flowers in the flower box in the windowsill are growing beautifully, too. All 4 of them are in full bloom. I don't want to disappoint.
Miss Von Carver, what did you say just now?
I said that the flowers are growing beautifully. What about that statement do you not understand?
Do I not understand? I do not understand why a certain thing is the way it is. I'd like for you to append that statement to your testimony.
Very well.
You want to append a statement to my appended statement?
Well, Francisca, I don't wanna. I think you saw double, girl.
There are
'cause
4
I'm pretty
large
sure that
passion
has
flowers
2.
in full bloom in the flower box.
I'd like to confirm this with you one more time. There were 4 passion flowers in bloom in that box, correct?
Yes. I should hardly think I should have miscounted such an eye-catching flowers.
There must be a deeper meaning to this statement. And it appears that I must take a gamble on its meaning for me to make any progress. The Primidux statues were already switched by the time the murder happened. In light of that fact, what Francisca saw in this room before the crime is of incredible importance.
He ate the flowers while she wasn't looking.
Someone tells me there ain't 4 flowers in here. In fact,
ate the
there's 2
flowers.
holes!
Oh, wait, it just hit me. The 2 sticks that Kay got. came from those flowers.
You are correct. Look at you go. Oh, look at you. Anyway.
Cuckoo caca, cuckoo caca.
Francisca, for some odd reason, your testimony contradicts with this piece of evidence.
It does appear that way.
I love how she isn't surprised. Ha! I knew it. I knew we couldn't trust your words, sis.
Mr. Edgeworth! What are you doing discrediting Miss Con Karma like this?
Miss Con Karma?
Miss Con Karma!
Con Karma!
My Miss Von Karma!
Yeah, sir. If you keep this up, she's gonna get taken away, sir. Don't take away Miss Con Karma.
Not Miss Von Karma!
Not Miss Convarma, no!
No!
No.
I love Von Karma so much!
That sounds like a pharmacy brand. Convarma.
Yeah.
All I've done is state what I saw. I've not made a single mistake in my testimony. And for this, I'm still under suspicion for murder. Is the number of flowers really all that important to this juncture, Miles?
At the very least, it is a contradiction in this enigmatic case. One that I find hard to dismiss as irrelevant.
Ha! Let's hear it, Mr. Prosecutor. What does this number of flowers have to do with anything? What does it prove?
I believe the answer to that will become clear if we were to examine that flower box. How did this contradiction come about? There must be something behind this discrepancy.
They're my beloved flowers. I've grown them with the utmost care.
I ate them.
So I ask you please be gentle with them as you examine them, Mr. Edgeworth.
I understand. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Let's look out the window. What can we see? Barbed wire! Flowers!
He's like, inside this watering can is my drink.
This watering can has a rather robust design.
Mr. Edgeworth, why are you telling us stuff we cannot clearly see for ourselves? Plus, if we keep wasting time talking about that, Miss Von Karma is gonna get arrested.
No, I'd better examine something else. There's something unusual about this area. Or this area. That barbed wire sure looks sharp. What about these flowers?
Nothing about.
This flower box, it appears to be made of marble.
There's you.
Why'd I mute? Hold on. It looks
and I.
that way. But so what? Is something so important that you absolutely had to mention it?
No, not exactly, but...
Miles Edgeworth, do you understand the current situation? Or you do understand
It's
the
fine. It worked the same
You
way.
get it.
Yes, of course, I am fully aware of the situation.
No. Then in that case, allow me to ask you once again. Is what the flower box is made out of really all that important?
It would appear that the construction of the flower box is not that important.
I knew it would be different dialogue.
The name of these flowers, I believe they're called passion flowers. Despite being called flowers, they are actually a species of vine. They appear to be growing well, and are well supported by these plant supporters.
Yeah, but no matter how I look at it, it looks like there are only two here to me. You realize that, don't you, sis? Your little lie has failed you. My God.
Miles Edgeworth! Hurry up and shut this man up for me already.
I suppose I will need to use some evidence to shut him up, won't I?
I didn't mean to press A that quickly.
I believe I have just the piece of evidence you require.
Oh, you do you? You have such confidence in the face of your current plight. I highly doubt it'll last until the end.
You howl like a wolf, Agent Lang. But we'll see if you have any bite to back up that bark after you see this evidence. The truth the passion flowers reveal can be seen in this piece of evidence.
You ready? Got doink.
Sheena, who was supposedly embobbled the entire time, had these hair sticks on her.
I'm okay.
They look exactly like the plant supports in this flower box. In other words, I believe it can be said that these hair sticks are in actuality support sticks for the passion flowers.
Heh, so what? Is this really all that important to the case?
Of course it is. It means that we found yet another item that was smuggled between the countries tonight.
Yeah!
Think about it logically, Agent Lang. These sticks were originally in Alabast. But somehow, they wound up in Sheena's hands, who was in Bobble the whole night. So make no mistake, these sticks were smuggled somehow, just like the knife and statue.
Ah! Very well then. I want to hear from you exactly how they wound up in Bobble.
I'm looking at something in this room, and I'm thinking it's the most ridiculous answer, but that crossbow is looking very tempting.
How do these support sticks find their way to Bobble and why? There must be some reason as to why they ended up there. Aha! So that's why! Agent Lang, will you please take a look at this and tell me its shape?
It's just on the stick, isn't it?
And so it is. But the shape of the support sticks is what's important. For when they are used with something in this room, that's when it all comes into focus.
/J, guys.
And the object that completes the picture when used with the support sticks is...
The crossbow! Yay!
I turned on the arranged versions for today, by the way, if you didn't notice.
Oh, I noticed.
Okay.
That's a crossbow! Wait, you're not really suggesting...
I am. These hair sticks, or rather, plant support sticks. They make for perfect arrows.
Yeah!
I've done it. I found the common thread that connects the two offices. This thread has yet to be completely untangled. Even using the arrows, how does this explain how the statues was transported? Furthermore, who could it have been who fired these sticks as arrows? There must be a common thread that ties all of these things together.
Mr. Prosecutor, hold up a second. You do realize what happens when you tie a statue to an arrow, right? They don't fly at all.
Okay. Border Crossing Part 2. This range is really good.
I really like this.
So Bobble's statue was draped in the Yatakarasu's clothes and then shot over here. Even if you fired the arrows from this side, they wouldn't go far with a statue tied to him. I don't think I need to tell you that the Primidux statues didn't sprout wings. You're a realist after all, aren't you?
The Primidux statues didn't sprout wings. Of course they didn't.
Glad you understand. I feel much better already. I was afraid for a second that you weren't aware of that crucial fact.
It's only crucial because you're under the belief that wings are necessary to this equation.
Ugh. What?
You need to free your mind a bit more and let it fly like a bird on the wind. The Primidux statues flew, but not on wing. Allow me a bit of your time and I'll explain this mysterious phenomenon to you.
Rebuttal. Border Crossing Part 2.
Alright. That incredible scene just happened to have been caught on film, resulting in this photo.
My God.
Ha! What an incredible scene it was. This photo was taken by a freelance photojournalist, right?
Yes, so I hear.
Not every photojournalist is known to be honest, right? Especially not the ones that sell photos of spirits and giant creatures to tabloids. You get what she's talking about, right? You get it? You get it?
Guys, let's not talk about this right now.
Nessie and the spirit possession for the second game. That's a particular reference.
Anyway.
Spirit. I mean, there's that. There's the DL6 case where Misty Faye was all over the tabloids.
No, we're talking about Lada here.
Oh.
Lada specifically took pictures of those two things.
Oh, we're talking about this. But one of them wasn't in the tabloid, was it?
Maybe not, but maybe it was. I actually don't know.
I was thinking about Adrian Andrews. But that has nothing to do with spirits.
Yeah, maybe I'm reaching a little bit
And then
here,
I
but
thought of the other one, the channeling school thing.
channeling school? You mean
The
Korean Village or
key.
Korean?
No. Whatever.
That's fine. Well, I still think it's a key reference.
Yes, I know what you mean. I've seen those sorts of photos many a time in court. But there have been times when those photos have turned out to be telling the truth. If you had ever stood in a court of law, you would know that this is entirely plausible.
Ha! You really believe that stuff? The stuff you're spewing right now? Courtroom certainly is a strange place, if what you say is true. There really is something odd about that photo, no matter how you look at it.
Really? Hold on. Let me just take a quick gander. I was hoping to see like a little thin line. Alright, you try the yes and then say they won't go forward with the statue tattoo.
We are in agreement that an arrow by itself would reach the other side, correct?
Just the arrow by itself is pretty meaningless, don't you think, Mr. Prosecutor? Because the things they wanted to smuggle were a lot bigger than nothing.
No, that's not necessarily true.
What?
What I need right now is not further discussion of my conclusions. It's the launching of my conclusions. What the shooter wanted to launch with the crossbow was not the statues themselves, but rather something a crossbow can launch that can be used to move the statues.
This is a new statement. The statue wasn't. If it wasn't the statue that was tied to the arrows, then what did this crossbow launch?
The thing the crossbow launched. Allow me to show you the answer.
Well, come on then, show what you've got. But I warn you, I know when you're just bluffing.
This is what launched from the This is what was launched from the Alabastian office with the crossbow.
That's
I'm not
getting.
gonna.
Oh, not that.
Yes, that.
But okay.
Finally, we have reached this point in our discussion. For I present to you that which was carried by the arrow from the crossbow.
Oh my god, wait, okay, I get it.
Heh, I get it now, Mr. Prosecutor. I can see exactly what you're trying to say. Yeah! You say that the wire was tied to an arrow and then shot into Mr. Coach's office. All the way from the 5th floor of the Alabasian embassy. Down to the 3rd floor of the Ablaze embassy. What you're claiming is really what happened. I can see how Alba's Primidux statue could have been moved. Gravity could be used to move the statue down the wire from the 5th to the 3rd floor. But then what about Bobble's Primidux statue? The dark shadow in this photo is clearly flying away from Bobble. Going the opposite way of gravity from the 3rd floor of the Ablaze embassy. Up to the 5th floor of the Alabasian embassy. How do you explain that?
Aha! I think I finally see how the gears behind this whole trick
I
work.
have an idea, but it's a terrible idea.
Honestly, your ideas have been great so far, so
Okay.
I want to hear it.
Think really hard. What would be a great way to get this?
Let me see.
Okay, you're just... Imagine...
The guitar
Imagine-
pick!
No, okay, hear me out. A pulley system. And what can you do? What in this room looks like you could make a pulley system with? The ceiling fan. With the ceiling fan. With the ceiling
Okay,
fan. You
okay,
could get-
okay. We have driven into Crazy Town.
What is wrong with you? I'm so confident.
Everything else you've said so far has been like, yo, okay, I see. Oh my god.
What?
Look at the pick.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at the wall. I didn't notice that until now. Have you noticed it this whole time?
No.
Okay. Yay. Actually. Yay.
Anyway, Agent Lang, the motion used behind this trick. I wonder if perhaps you have yet to envision how it works in your head.
Motion? What motion?
This is the motion that was employed to smuggle Bobbles Primidux statue.
A rotary motion.
It can't
with
be
the
a-
ceiling fan. A rotary motion with the ceiling fan. A pulley system. Pulley system, please.
Yeah, this
We
is
got
wire,
this,
so it's not.
society.
It doesn't have elasticity, so it can't be bungee. So it's swinging a rotary.
Rotary. Rotary. Please, 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 please. What do you don't need?
I believe it was done via rotary motion. The two statues were transported simultaneously.
Simultaneously? Get real! Statue would collide somewhere along the way.
Did I ever say that there was only one line of wire between the two offices?
Pulley system.
If you shot an arrow with two ends of a wire tied to it, a circular belt can be formed.
Lang G says, don't object and call success was beyond reasonability. Taking into account the tension difference between the two wires. The top one would sag too much to the point where the statue would collide anyway.
Agent Lang, as you know, the Primidux statue is a one-of-a-kind national treasure. And the fact that Bobble's statue is a hollow replica of the real statue, it would naturally be lighter than the real one, meaning that my idea is very possible.
Lang G says,
You actually know.
Here's what I believe happened.
Pulley system?
Miss Yu and her mystery co-conspirators set themselves up in two different rooms. The co-conspirator bridged the rooms by shooting the two ends of the wire down one arrow. Then the two of them covered the statues and proceeded to transport the statues. After the switch was completed, another arrow was fired, carrying the other end of the wire down to Bobble, where it was to be disposed of. And to do that, Miss Yu hid it inside the grandfather clock. QED. What?
heh.
This proves it, right, Agent Lang? That I'm not the killer.
Not yet, sis. I still haven't had my dessert yet. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
The proof is in the pudding, as it were.
Pudding is a nice dessert.
Guys, what the fuck is this?
So,
kind of
you think you can do it? Can you prove that what you said is what happened? Because remember, if you can't, I'll be taking a certain someone back home with me as a souvenir.
I agree that as long as there is no proof, my hypothesis remains just that.
My God, my throat.
However, what I have laid out is no mere hypothesis, for there's one more piece of evidence.
One more. This should be interesting. You think you have a piece of evidence that will turn your hypothesis into fact?
My God, my freaking mouth.
Please.
Taking a sip.
I'm so confident.
Well then, let's see it, Mr. Prosecutor.
The thing that made it possible to create a circular belt out of a length of wire. I believe it is right here in this very room. Now then,
Please.
I believe this is what made the circular belt transportation method possible.
Please, it's please. The fan. Pulley system. Pulley system. Pulley system.
Take that!
Yeah!
Looks like you dropped another bomb on us again.
The last piece to this trick are two pulleys.
Precisely. The ceiling fans double as pulleys in this case. And thanks to the fact that there is one installed in each of the offices, the ceiling fans made for the perfect pulley set for the wire to run on. This must be it. This is how the smugglers bypass the impenetrable security.
You really are something else, Mr. Prosecutor. I bet you figured it all out already, haven't you? You know who the big shot hotshot?
I'm sorry, the big shot hot shot.
You know the big hotshot that set up this real life stage show is, don't you?
The person who set up this rather large and complex stage show needs to be someone who had foreknowledge of the existence of a ceiling fan in both Alba's and Babley's offices, and that the passion flower support stakes could be used as arrows. The real mastermind behind this case.
Well, don't you dare make this wolf wait for his food.
Why are you so hesitant, Miles Edgeworth? If you can't say who it is, then why don't you present something like you always do?
A single point of the finger here, in this case, will explode into an international incident. However, it's already too late for me to stop the forward momentum. It appears that I have no choice now, but to rush in. There's a piece of evidence that will point to us who the mysterious mastermind is. Now what would that be?
Let me think.
Well, here's my theory. It's probably either the flowers or the crossbow arrows. Because if Franziska couldn't even notice that they were arrows, it'd have to be the person who planted them. The flowers? So, Mr. Alba. We caught
Yeah,
him
it has to be someone who.
flower-handed.
It has. Yeah, no. It has to be. You're right, because the person also needs to have knowledge of both buildings.
Not just that. It's just like the fact that he used the arrows as the support for the flowers, so they go unnoticed.
Yeah.
This swelling could not have been possible without the use of a crossbow. Furthermore, the arrows that were shot by the crossbow were plucked, as it were, from the flower box in this very room. They were planted so long ago that the passion flowers had the time to grow so big that Miss Von Karma didn't even notice the arrows when she visited this room today. On top of all this, the fact that the culprit knew that both offices had ceiling fans tells that the person has very detailed information on the embassy's layout. So as you may have already guessed, the person I'm accusing of hatching this plan is the person who grew the flowers in the flower box with the utmost care. Thus it can only be you, Quercus Alba!
Are you out of your mind, Miles Edgeworth?
Seriously? Now we're gonna doubt him?
I was fine being accused, but not the old man.
I'm certain of what I'm saying, and I'm sure that he is the culprit.
Tell me, Mr. Prosecutor. What's the ambassador trying to accomplish by doing all that stuff you just outlined? Why in the world would he need to use a trick like that?
I understand you'll need to doubt me.
Sorry, hold on. Let me just confirm. Oh, yeah, so the one in this room is a fake. Okay. My God.
However, there's one thing that stands out to me as very odd.
Just one thing, huh?
The one single end result Ambassador Alba sought to obtain. If we were to examine the focus of this complex trick, I think we will finally find the answer to everything. Everything will become clear once we examine this piece of evidence.
He went through the effort of swapping both statues, despite him most likely having the knowledge that the one that he possessed was the real one. So, what if there's something inside of the fake one?
The counterfeit money. My balls.
Am I crazy? Am I braining or am I not braining?
I think you're braining. So which statue are you presenting?
The fake
Alba
one?
statue.
Yeah, the fake one. This is the fake one. It's better to remember as real and fake. Wait. Yeah, this is the real one. This was swapped. This is the fake one.
I would fully understand the reasoning had the situation had been the reverse. However, to go through the trouble of swapping the real Primidux statue for the fake, I sense a very shady reason for such a bizarre action. And who better to ask for that reason than King Primidux himself?
I see. Ambassador, we'll be examining that statue now, with or without your permission.
It's in his head. It's all in his head.
Let's look at the shield. Hold on. So let me see what can you. So we have the handprint from before.
It's all in the back of his head. That's like when doubts get you that much. It's all in the back of your head. You're imagining things. Surely it's on his head.
These are Mr. Cochin's fingerprints. The fact that they are on here suggests that this statue once belonged to Babel.
So it was smuggled from Babel into Alabasta, huh?
Why was there a need for them to smuggle it in?
My God. Oh, the sword.
With his sword drawn like that, there's an aura of valor and bravery around King Primidux.
He looks so cool standing like that with the sword stuck to the ground in front of him. Maybe I should try and come up with some cool pose, like with a shuriken or something.
Shuriken.
Well, she'd say it wrong.
I am seriously beginning to think that her real goal in life is to become a ninja.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. There isn't anything particularly odd about the sword, right?
No, not really. Suppose we should examine a different area of the statue now.
Let's look at the shield.
A shield, huh? Doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it.
But it's supposed to mean that guy is protecting something.
I don't think it's supposed to have that deep of a meaning behind it.
In that case, what are we wasting time with this for? Let's look somewhere else. Thumbs up.
Alright, so you want to check the head?
Yes. Fuck his bitch ass head. This guy kind of looks like the Steel Samurai, don't you think? Maybe it's because they look alike that he was picked to be a goodwill ambassador?
Suppose that's possible. Take a look at this area around the base of its neck.
I'm crying.
Looks like a gap.
Hey, you're right. Maybe it's meant to be some kind of secret?
Perhaps it's possible to open the statue from this gap in its construction.
What?
Hurry up and open it, Miles.
Alright, here goes.
Oh, those coupons?
Wow, it really did open up. Hey, what's that thing that fell out?
I believe a more thorough examination of it is required.
Can I look inside? Can I examine the inside? Oh, okay. Hi, Bills.
What in the... is this?
Hey! Is that what I think it is?
It's a plate for making counterfeit bills.
Somehow, it appears that we've at long last arrived. At the exit to this complex labyrinth, we finally hold within our hands one of the counterfeit money plates. And the reason why the replica was smuggled into Alba to begin with.
Counterfeit plate. This was found within the fake Primidux statue Alba smuggled into his country. Data jotted down in my organizer. Oh, this theme is so good.
The Primidux statue can only be handled by the ambassador of the Secretariat. And the replica is nothing more than a hollow shell covered in gold. These two circumstances make the statue the ideal object in which to hide contraband. After receiving the statue containing the counterfeited plate from Shinar, the ambassador had the misfortune of accidentally running into Damas II. Surprised by the thief, the ambassador raised the replica statue at Damas II and... Then in order to frame the steel samurai of the murder, he covered the samurai sword in blood. Well, Ambassador Alba?
How's hello, Joseph? Welcome to stream.
You're the leader of the smuggling ring. My country's a mess. And it's all because of you!
You're the one who killed Mask the Second?
Answer us!
I never thought that you would figure things out to this level. However, there's one point I disagree with you on. The head of the smuggling ring was Mr. Cochin.
Quit screwing around! I have no sympathy for someone who would try to pass the guilt onto a dead man. There's one thing I'm sure of. It's that you're the real ringleader, Quercus Alba.
It's not good to speak with such subjectivity, you know, Agent Lang.
Subjectivity? My conclusion is anything but, and it's the result of logic and investigation.
Logic and investigation? Only seconds ago you were ready to arrest Miss Ron Carver. I don't think we can give such flip-floppy logic any real weight, do you?
Heh. It looks like you still don't get why I came back.
Excuse me?
You see, the reason I came back
Sorry, he said you see, and I thought of a diamond video.
It's so that I can sink my fangs into your wrinkly old neck. Hey, yo. From the very beginning, our real target has been you.
What?
Agent Lang, I demand an explanation.
Sorry, sis. I didn't mean to put you through all that. I knew you were innocent from the very beginning. Okay, so he wasn't serious. Glad we got that confirmed.
Okay, cool. You did?
I knew that this whole incident had been meticulously planned and prepared for. So naturally, the occupant of this room, Ambassador Alba, seemed the most suspicious. Without the ambassador's permission, we couldn't get him to take another look around.
Ah, so that's why you put on this big show to accuse Francisca of murder. Using Francisca as the bait, you were able to gain entry and investigative rights.
Yeah, if I hadn't done that, I doubt the ambassador would have given us the okay to poke around.
So that's why all of this was about. Very well. I will forgive you. But in exchange for using me as bait, you will take some responsibility and help us find the truth.
Agent Lang, for giving me such a great opening. Thank you.
Aww.
No, I just knew Mr. Prosecutor. And somehow, we were able to find some proof by investigating this room. You will be able to figure out the real culprit with your special brain of logic.
Hey, the evidence detectives collect combined with the logic of a prosecutor. That's just as it should be in a prosecutor detective team, right?
I don't know about all that. But one thing I do know is that I'm itching to see that old man get what's coming to him.
Oh, you're quite scared when you want to be, aren't you?
Hey, you were the one who was planning to use me to push all the guilt onto Sis. But unfortunately for you, you misjudged me.
Agent Lang, I wish you to stop trying to intimidate me. What we need right now is evidence and proof. I wonder if you have what is necessary to prove that I am the head of the smuggling ring.
Objection!
Don't be such a sore loser! If you really are the head of the smuggling ring, then you should acknowledge your crimes with dignity.
Dignity? That is nothing more than a fool's insincere display of strength. If you really wish for me to acknowledge my crimes, then I would like to first see some of this thing you call evidence.
Ugh.
I tell you, I knew nothing. Really. I didn't even know that a counterfeit plate was hidden inside that statue.
You swapped a real statue that vested in your country's the authority to rule for a fake. It doesn't make any sense that you didn't know anything.
It doesn't make sense. Why doesn't it make sense? Can you prove that it doesn't make sense? Ugh.
He's really got us. He's turned the entire situation against us.
The proof that Interpol has been after, which points to this man as the ringleader. If we can somehow find that proof now, then we can see to it that justice is finally served. Is there nothing I can use to break this case wide open?
Oh, this theme, bro!
The trump card, and the videotape. Those two items. You might be able to finally bring this man down. But the card is evidence from a case that Mr. Faraday hid away in secret. And the tape was stolen by Detective Bad from the police. They're both illegal evidence. No matter what, the protector of the law can't be allowed to use such piece of evidence. Needless to say, we Von Coppers are commanded to achieve nothing but victory. And by any means necessary.
The only way to bring someone like that to justice is to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time.
I no longer follow the path of Manfred von Kaba. And I won't follow the path of the Artificial.Music. This leaves me with what? What creed will I believe in? If I want to pursue the truth, then I will sully my hands in illegality. If I want to pursue justice, I will lose the truth. What is the law? What is justice? Which path is a prosecutor supposed to follow?
Oh my god, that's right, the next game.
That choice is what I must make by my own hand here and now.
Alright, deputy. Think it through. Oh, I spat everywhere. Ugh.
I'm assuming this is like the game over moment, depending on the decision you make. After that entire inner monologue, I don't think I can bring myself to say use the trump card.
What? I would use it.
Did you not hear what he just said? He was like, I am not gonna... Let me find it. What is it called? Both legal evidence, no matter what prosecuted or law can't be allowed to use such pieces of evidence. I no longer follow the path of Vine von Carmen. I won't follow the path of the Yatagarasu.
Okay. But you're gonna have to present it anyways.
Alright then. If you say so.
Do whatever we want.
There's no limit to the law. Any limit that exists was set there by a man. When a person goes beyond that limit, then the law too crosses into new territory. For what reason were laws invented? The answer to that is what I must now show. Ambassador Alba, I wonder if you might recognize this.
Oh, I wonder what that card is. I've never seen that before in my life. I'm not guilty.
It's a directives card used by the leader of the ring to relay instructions to his subordinates.
Oh, is that what it is?
This card was sent to the real culprit behind the KG8 incident 10 years ago. A man by the name of Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh, so why do you have such a card in your possession?
Because it was hand delivered to me by a certain great thief, the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu gave that to you? Don't talk nonsense and let's be serious, Mr. Edgeworth. Do you have any proof that the card contains directions from the ringleader?
I'll have you know that the card is not the only thing I was given.
What?
This contains security footage that was shot just before the start of the KG8 incident.
The KG8 incident?
The card and the video. These two pieces of evidence are what will see your.
Let's pretend I didn't say the line yet.
These two pieces of evidence are what will seal your fate.
Oh, how? Very interesting. I must admit I am very curious now. Very curious indeed in these case-deciding pieces of evidence you've presented.
The prey the Yatagarasu has been chasing all this time now stands before me. I can't allow this man, who has had free reign for 10 long years, to simply walk away. Now is the time for me to bring to fruition the valiant spirit that was given to me.
March 15th, 1:34 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis. Lobby.
What is this interesting thing that you wanted to show me?
I like this theme a lot too.
The trump card and the videotape. These two pieces of evidence together make for the ultimate hand. And this is where the real meaning behind Detective Bad's words will be realized. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir!
What you see here is security footage shot just before the KG8 murder occurred. From this footage, we know that the card is the director's card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order.
Excuse me?
What? Wouldn't it be the card?
From the footage, you know that the card is the director's card from the smuggling ring. This is the section that proves that the card was used to relay an order.
The card.
I guess. Seems like a really obvious thing to point out then. It seems like a trick question, you know?
As you can see, Mr. Cochin is holding the card in his right hand.
I see. The killer is indeed holding a card with the exact same design on it. But that card and the one you have, just because they look the same doesn't mean that they are, does it now?
Ah, but there's a very easy way for me to prove that they are in fact one and the same. All we have to do is simply take a look at this.
Oh, can I examine this first?
The blood?
One Detective Bad. Ambassador Alba's directive cards bear the mark of a three-legged raven. Or in other words, a Yatakarasu. Suppose that this mark was the inspiration for their group's name, the Yatakarasu.
No. Really, Edgeworth?
The section of the text has been obscured by blood, but it's clear the writing is Codopian. Queen Detective Bad. Silence, CCU. Is what is written here, along with the method to be used and where she lived. The evil intent displayed in this writing will not go unpunished. This dark red blood. Yes, this is your proof. Proof that the orders on this card were played out in that terrible tragedy. The blood belonged to the victim of the KG-8 incident. With a bit of DNA testing, we can very easily verify that as a fact. If you have no objections, then I'd like for you to take a look at this next piece of footage. This car that passed by in front of the victim's apartment building. It's an official Codopian government car.
What?
Detective Gumshoe, if you could please magnify the footage.
You can just do that?
This area of the footage directly links the smuggling ring with Codopia.
This badge? And the reflection? Right?
I think it...
What else would it be? It wouldn't be the card. Yeah, it's the badge.
I mean...
Yeah? Go ahead, say your piece.
I think... No, because we're trying to link the card to the thing. Right?
No, we're linking the smuggling ring with
No.
Codopia.
Yes. The card.
We already know he has the card.
Yes, but we don't know...
What?
It's the card. In my heart, I think it's the card, because... Like, we know... He's, like, a part of the smuggling ring, but now we're seeing him get in the car.
This is
So-
before. This is before the first frame.
Okay.
Hmm?
I just think it's the card.
Alright, I'll do the card.
The shape of this pocket, the directive's card in it. It tells that without a doubt, this person in the car is Mr. Cochin. The license plate on the car was also captured by the security camera. And with it, we can easily find out who was sitting in this car on that day 10 years ago. Which is why I can say with confidence that you were riding in this car on that day.
You've done well, boy, to make it this far.
Should I do a different voice?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
However, about your claim that I was riding in the car at that time.
Ah, I see the badge now. Okay. You know what?
That's going to be mighty difficult to prove.
How so?
The Principality of Codopia no longer exists. So naturally, all records from that time period also no longer exist.
That arrogance. What he really means is he's already erased all traces of them.
Are we finished here, boy?
Look at him flash his stupid badge, bro. What a shit eater. Look at him.
The only weapon I have left to me now is this piece of footage. There must be something here that I can use against him.
Take that!
What the? Ambassador Alba!
Yes, what is it?
You were once an army man in the service of Codopia. And it was you who made the many missions you participated in success, correct?
Why the sudden backhanded praises, boy? Although, to be sure, the brilliant medals on my breast were awarded to me during the era of Coodopia. But now I am the only one who owns this particular medal.
In that case, the only person it could be who.
I can't read. I can't speak. I can't do anything.
In that case, the only person who could be who is sitting in this car is you.
How do you figure that?
By the medal captured here in this footage. It is clearly the same exact medal as the one on your chest.
What?
This is how it will be. But I won't look back, for this is the path that I have chosen.
You've moved me with your devotion to this case, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why is he taking such an arrogant stance with me?
It's almost looking possible, isn't it?
Look at him stroking his beard like a little evil mastermind. Anyway, Pookie's muted, so I wait. I wait. I sleep. I'll watch him stroke his beard. I'll watch him stroke his beard with a smile. Beep, beep. Boop, beep. Beep, 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 beep. Sorry. I don't have this monstrous beard like he does. Also, sorry, this glow up is really funny. He went from
I can barely move to I'm sorry, who do you think you're talking to?
sorry, that him like shining his badge sprite is crazy. Like,
look at my little badge on my breast.
Sorry, this case has been really good so far. This episode, my apologies. I don't know if you could call it a case, because, you know, we aren't really courting out. Still find it really funny that this is a game with the main character as a lawyer who does no lawyering. He's just a lawyer and does some investigative work on the side.
Sorry.
Welcome back.
So, and her bald came at the,
Yeah,
came at me.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. I was more than happy waiting. Welcome back. Heart emoji.
Welcome back
You doing okay?
to me. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
All right, you ready for us to continue?
All right. Well, a lot of you will come this far. It looks like I just might lose our little game this time.
You might lose the game this time. You don't get another round, Mr. Ambassador.
Is that a fact? Very well, I've decided to confess and admit my guilt.
You're going to confess.
And I will accept whatever punishment that may come as a result.
What the?
Regarding the Damascus second murder, I admit it. I did it out of self-defense.
You're claiming it was just justified self-defense.
Damascus second attacked me, and I felt that my life was in danger. If I hadn't done what I did, I might be the one you found dead instead of him.
What a pathetic performance.
No one told him.
I'm not giving you one.
Wow, you really know how to laugh at inappropriate times.
If you wish to claim that it was justified self-defense, then we will need some evidence.
It's always the evidence with you, isn't it? If that's what you require, I'll provide it. That man left a mark on me when he attacked.
What?
I don't particularly want to show it off, but this is proof that it was in self-defense. I'm an old man, and sometimes I don't pay enough attention when I should.
How do we know that's like his blood though? What if that's like like that's from years ago? Like, I don't know, sir. But Damascus II didn't have a single weapon on his body.
Oh, that's a cool sprite.
Oh darn, something to get worked up over, because I hit the weapon.
This is.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You hit it.
I'm sorry, but as you know, a murder is a murder, even if it's in self-defense. I couldn't let it become public, seeing as how I am an ambassador. This is the weapon you seek, my special bonsai trimming shears.
It's covered in blood.
He was trembling quite badly during our struggle. But that's when he grabbed the shears that was sitting in my office and attacked. So you see, it was an act of self-defense.
Is he right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Since he has both the wound and the weapon that caused it, it's enough to declare it so.
Ambassador Alba's wound. Ambassador Alba claims it's proof that he was stabbed by Damas II, so it was justified self-defense. Data jotted down in my organizer.
No way.
Oh, which
I had
reminds
a
me.
voice crack.
It's okay.
I guess there is still one more accusation I need to resolve. Smuggling and counterfeiting. Unfortunately, all of that is my secretary's doing. I had no knowledge it was going on.
Stop spewing nonsense. You're trying to throw my investigation under the bus in your desperation. You want to get real honest. Everything in this case can be connected to you.
The murder of Mas II was done in self-defense? In my trials, no man escapes his crime alive.
Perhaps so, if you were my opponent in court. However, there's one very important fact that I think you may have forgotten.
And what is that?
You're in my country.
Ugh!
That's what you mean. Extraterritorial. Oh my god. Extraterritoriality? Is that what it says?
I think so.
Extraterritoriality.
That's right. This embassy sits on what is effectively Alabastian soil. So any trial that is to be held will be held in Alabast. Therefore, the crime I just admitted to will never be tried in your courts.
Agent Lang, what is Interpol's stance on this?
Agents investigate. That's our job. Just are people who have confessed to their crime. That's the court's job.
Ugh. And I've already confessed to all of my crimes, Agent Lang. Furthermore, by the very nature of my position, I have full extraterrestrial rights. These rights are effective even on your country's soil. Therefore, no matter where a crime may take place, I will never stand in trial in one of your courts.
That arrogance, your expression, that's something like the face of someone who is ready to accept the consequences. Don't tell me you have your own country's judicial system eating right out of your hands.
These crimes you all speak of so seriously. To me, this has all been nothing more than a game. You may chase me out of this embassy with your accusations, but it's no big deal. Alabas has numerous other embassies in other countries around the world. All you would accomplish is you would change the backdrop of our little game.
These two layers of protection and extraterritoriality. My god.
It's a mouthful.
Dear God, I'm tweaking the fuck out.
Also, if I didn't say hello already, hello golly.
These two layers of protection and provides him. Extraterrestrial life provides him.
Extraterritoriality.
This is why he is one of those who cannot be brought to court.
You see now, don't you? I live in a whole different world than you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go and fetch your eviction papers.
Ugh, is there nothing we can do?
To be continued.
Yeah. Such a nice song to play after all that.
Oh my lordy. He who is above law. You ready to continue?
I'm scared.
It's okay. Also, I love how literally like the past six save points have all been in the same room.
That's true.
So odd. Anyway, let's continue. March 15th, 2:11 a.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. God, we've been awake for so goddamn long. Also, when did that get there? Has that always been there?
Oh my god, Larry.
What a stupid picture.
I can't believe it, sir. Extra how do you say this word?
Roughly, it's not that difficult.
Yes, there's nothing we can really do about that. Your poor speaking ability, that is. Oh, and, Ambassador Alba. In the end, we didn't have enough authority to bring him to justice.
I can't believe that even though we know he's the boss, we can't lay a finger on him.
I know.
Oh my god. Ugh. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Sorry to skip out on you, but I got some business to take care of. Me and my broken leg. That's you.
If we can't even give an evil god a slap on the wrist, then what the heck are laws created for? What good are they? If the law can't help us, then I'll go to, as a Yatagarasu and take care of this myself.
Don't you dare!
Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry, that was a bit too harsh.
I know how you feel, sir. You're trying to take on an ambassador after all. And he did tell us earlier to get out of the theater. It's kind of their country, I guess. But I feel like I've been slapped across the face for just doing my job.
What am I going to do? Should I retreat for now and formulate a better plan of attack?
Come on, everyone. We can't give up just yet.
Okay.
I want you to think about something for a sec. We've never let up, even for a second, and as long as we don't stop investigating, we might find the rotten treasure hidden here.
She's right.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're right, Kay. Very well. Let us reopen the investigation and see what we find. Come on, Kay.
Right behind you.
Okay, then I'll go check out Bobble a bit more, sir.
You know, I'm really shocked that it wasn't the Bobalese's ambassador. I actually thought it was totally him. I thought his like super nice guy thing was like a total act, but you know what? I'm happy that it's Alba because I really like him. I really like what is it called? Poleno. He grew on me a ton.
Elena's so cutie.
Anyway, you can continue.
And I have something that I need to investigate further at Alba. You know what? Fuck you. I'm leaving.
Now then, before I gather any more information, I should do a bit of housekeeping.
Passion flower data erased from my organizer. Begin investigation. Theatrum Neutralis lobby.
Master Alba seemed agitated over something.
Agitated Alba. I sense that there is something that he doesn't want us to investigate.
I wonder why.
There are two special circumstances that surround the ambassador. First, the embassy itself has extra I fucking hate this word.
Wow.
Extraterritorial rights. Something happens on Alabastian soil. We are unable to legally prosecute him.
Cool. It sounds like embassies are the perfect place to steal whatever you want.
And murder Damas II, run a smuggling operation, and make counterfeit bills, apparently.
But I thought all the counterfeiting was done by Mr. Cochin and Bobble?
Yes, he apparently used the ambassador's coupon. Yes, he apparently used the embassy's coupon printing press to do it.
Cochin's counterfeiting use operation? Stupid, I'm stupid. Cochin's counterfeiting operation. Use Bobbly's embassy's printing press and Bobbly's ink to make counterfeit bills.
But it's the same story over there anyway. Bobble also has extraterritorial rights. Nailed it. Which brings me to my next point. The ambassador's extraterritorial rights. I'm a god at this. Those rights are effective even in our own country.
Really? Because I could not.
You can switch your thingy, by the way, your Fugi.
No matter what happens, he can never be tried in our courts. He retains some very special rights indeed. Basically, no matter what wrongs he may commit, we can't bring him to a trial here.
So I guess we really don't stand a chance, do we?
You might stand a chance if you could somehow nullify either one of his special rights.
Alright, you ready to start the investigation?
He has he's passing away in a few seconds, Mr. Edgeworth. We should.
I need to book you down first.
No!
Slow-mo.
Slow.
Side to side.
The lazy way.
One step in, one step out. One step in, one step out. Now spin with me, Kay.
Somehow I feel like I'm the oldest one here.
That's more like it.
Please, I hate running.
Alright. Let's start. I'll go from left to right. Hello. On the orders of Ambassador Alba, no one is allowed into Alabast.
But I thought a lady with a whip passed through here not too long ago.
She is from Interpol and had the proper paperwork. So while I was reluctant, I had to let her in.
Sounds like Francisco, all right.
Besides, if I didn't, that whip of hers.
Yup, definitely Francisco.
Oh, we can't do the flags this time. Alright, let's go talk to the guard over here. Hello, and welcome to the Embassy of Bobble.
I'm sorry, but I don't really need to enter your country at this time.
Right now, for a limited time here at the Bobbly's Embassy, we're offering the very special Experience the Terrifying Fire's Ashes tour. These guys give me Gatewater syndrome. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So, how about it? Shall I sign you up?
Well, fine. Thanks. You have an investigation to run.
Yeah, we can't do the flags anymore. All right, we'll do the flowers. Pretty.
These files were sent by Global Studios.
Global Studios?
That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing hit after hit recently, so the studio has been remodeled. So the studio is being remodeled.
Oh, I read about it in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs also getting a facelift too, right? What's his name?
You mean Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory.
Ah, never underestimate my powers of recollection. Let me move.
Oh, I can look at the window.
You can see the Bobbly's Embassy, which is undergoing major renovations. From room expansions to garden upkeep, looks like a lot of construction is going on.
Mr. Polano said that all this work is really hard on him. He said that since Mr. Kojin passed away, that maybe I could work part-time for him.
You got really chubby with that ambassador.
What can I say? I just have a good nose for money.
Money. All right, let's go over here. Actually, I know that the stuff on the tables are gonna be important in the painting, so I want to save them for last.
Flowers are sent by a variety of people and businesses to celebrate the Goodwill event. Even the Steel Samurai received some flowers from the ambassadors.
There's so many bouquets here. It's like a wedding ceremony.
I believe the flowers for those are for a slightly different reason.
What do you mean? This event was supposed to be like a wedding between Alabas and Bobble, right?
Actually, I believe they are more in a state of divorce.
Oh, okay then. This event was supposed to remarriage their ceremony.
I suppose you could call it that.
Oh, we can't do this one now? Oh, I can look at the painting.
It's a backdrop they used in the Steel Samurai stage show today.
I love the climax of that show. Steel Samurai, Sashi Slash! That's the first time I'd seen that special move. But, well, the Jam and Ninja show's climax is much better, of course.
Oh, is that a fact?
that scene where he sang for Princess Misilla and gave her those hair sticks? I could totally feel the love there in my heart.
Perhaps the German ninja is just more popular with female audiences.
Let's see what the court record's looking like now, or our notebook. It's like barely different. Okay, I just removed the flowers, I guess. All right. I do appreciate the housekeeping they do with the evidence in this game. Okay, so the painting. Let's look at the painting first.
This was taken just before the two ambassadors gave the bouquets to the Steel Samurai.
Aha, I see.
Wait, it's just my imagination. Or is there something in this picture that I've seen before? Or would residents have inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny?
Why is he doing the peace sign?
He is doing that's so Larry. I know it's Larry, but that's so Larry core, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, anyway. If I'm assuming you've noticed the missing petal, right? On the flower.
Mm-hmm.
It's the guitar pick.
Flower.
Nothing unusual about this area.
What? Oh, I was trying to inspect him. Is he?
Oh, Mr. Polano has a really great smile, don't you think? I bet he was really happy when they were going to become Coadopia again.
Perhaps, but instead he became the greatest victim in today's case. An ambassador like him who was always thinking of his country is really to be admired.
I really hope he gets a happy ending. I know he will, but like, I want it to be good.
Yeah, although this happened, I do hope they'll be able to reunite the country someday.
I hope so as well. But for that to happen, we need to solve this case first. We need to see to it that those who would harm the new Coadopia are locked away.
And we will!
There's that troublemaker, standing there smack in the center making two peace signs.
Wow, the Steel Samurai stands out even more than the two ambassadors in this picture. Hey, that person playing the Steel Samurai is one of your friends, right?
No, I have no idea who he is.
Wait, but you just said he. You knew which gender he was, so you must know him, right?
I beg that you please refrain from talking about that person with me ever again.
Oh my god.
Can't believe he was pretending to be a harmless old grandpa. Talk about deceptive.
I don't suppose anyone expected him to change that drastically.
I bet he's thinking of some evil. Wait, I bet he's thinking of something evil behind that cheery smile.
Okay, please try to remain calm and focus on the here and now.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I got it all worked up there. Well, the only way we're able to steal the Steel Samurai is true if it. Whoa! Whoa! Where did the Steel
I got Samurai
come
on the
from?
brain.
Sorry, guys. I'm a little brain rotted.
Okay.
The only way the only way we're going to be able to steal the truth is if we keep on investigating, like the Yatagarasus we are. Because the Yatagarasu is the friends we made along the way, Mr. Edgeworth.
Be your Yatagarasu for your pride.
Because together we are the Ace Attorney. You are Miles Investigating.
You are Miles Edgeworth Investigations. Anyway.
It seems that lilies are at the center of this bouquet with an accent of chamomile.
Oh my god, Cammy Meal reference.
Wow. I can totally smell the wonderful fragrance.
Okay, this is just a picture.
Look, I know that. But it's nice to imagine things once in a while, you know?
Oh, this is Jano.
Where's your sense of empathy? Are you an empath?
If you can smell the fragrance of flowers from a photo, that's more like a hallucination.
You don't have to be mean about it.
Let's just drop this before it's in full bloom. It appears to be a bouquet of Persian
cyclamens?
Bouquet of Persian cyclamens and roses.
Wow, you even know the exact species? I never would have figured you for an expert on flowers.
It's all because of those flowers that old lady sends me every month. Just look at me. I sound like some sort of botanist.
So, what exactly is this yellow flower over here?
That one, I'm not sure.
What? You don't know?
As far as I can recall, I've never seen a flower like this before. But I feel as though I've seen this shape somewhere before.
Yeah, there's a deuce. Let's do the deuce now. Since we need a puzzle anyway to continue. Alright.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Could this piece of evidence be related to this photo somehow?
Huh? Well... Nope, I don't think it's related at all.
What?
Even though I know she's right, she could have at least tried to humor me a little.
Wait, are we serious? What?
She really just /J you. Did you like hover properly?
Yeah, I did. Maybe that's not what it is then. Listen.
Hold on. Do me a favor. I need to check something.
Yeah, sure.
It's the first page.
Here?
No, I need to look at every piece of evidence. Sorry.
That's the prosecutor's bad.
Bab, bab.
No, keep looking at stuff.
Wait, what the? What?
The knife.
Wait, that makes
The
even
handle
less
of the
sense.
knife.
Oh, shit.
The knife is inside the bouquet.
There's a striking flower ornament on the handle of this knife. Compared to the Bobblese knife's handle, this larger one gives Alabas more presence.
Sorry, my brain was like, whoa, hold on. If that's not a part of the bouquet, then it's a part of one of the things that we have. And then I remembered the knife, and I was like, oh, that's right. The knife has like an ornament on it.
You can't blame me for what I thought, though, right?
No, absolutely not, because I thought the same thing. But like, for me, I feel good now.
Good job. All right, let's run it back.
Bobble's national symbol is the butterfly, and Alabas is the flower. It would appear that someone is employing the old hide a tree in the forest trick.
That's really funny to me. I don't know why.
What are you mumbling to yourself about? Wait, what? The handle on this knife? Ah!
Yes, it's the handle that was supposed to be on the blade that killed Mr. Cochin. The weapon that killed him was carried through the Theatrum Neutralis. In the very bouquet Ambassador Alba was carrying.
Commemorative photo taken at Theatrum Neutralis. The murder weapon can be seen in Mr. Alba's bouquet. Data jotted down in my organizer.
The flower motif. Looks like one of the flower petals is missing.
Oh, and take a look at the weapon itself. It's missing the exact same petal.
And the knife in this photo is most definitely the same as this murder weapon.
Alabastian knife. Blade determined to be Alabastian. The flower motif's petals are separate. Dated updated in my organizer. I see. So what, it didn't fall off. It did fall off the flower, but the flower is the knife. So what actually happened is the pick fell off the flower, or the knife. Shit. I can't think anymore, man.
That's how I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh, it fell off the ornament. And I'm like, wait a second.
Wait, what? I can't examine
If that's
the
not correct, then I was like, oh, then it has to be something we own that has a flower on it. And I'm like, oh, right. There was the Alabas knife that we have.
All right,
That
that's
probably
actually,
has a flower.
yeah. I think that's everything you can look at, by the way. Makes me sad. It's fine. All right, you ready to puzzle?
Yes.
I'm trying to like position them so it's like cool. I don't know why I'm trying so hard.
She's like, can you stop trying?
All right, let's run this. Ah. Wait, what? What the hell am I putting together here? Wait, are we sure we investigated everything? Wait, what if I can deduce this again with the pick now?
Can you do that?
Is it still here?
I already checked this area earlier, but it never hurts to take a little look.
No, deduce is gone. Okay.
Did a knife update in your thing?
Oh yeah, I did. It's up to date now. I'm just confused because I feel like we don't have all the pieces yet. Am I insane? Are we sure? Guys, are you sure? No, I can look at it. Maybe there's something in this. Maybe they hit something in these flowers.
Can I look at like what we can puzzle?
Piece?
together?
Yeah.
Okay, look at me.
Oh, we didn't talk to Kay. I almost forgot.
Oh, right. We've come too far to give up. We must expose Ambassador Alba's misdeeds, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, of course.
And we've got to find a way to steal the truth and get it out of here, for my father's sake.
Yes, and we will. The reason for Ambassador Alba's nervousness must still be here somewhere. Furthermore, I need to pin down exactly what happened in here. So by thoroughly examining this room for any information I can find.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you don't pay attention, Ambassador Alba's gonna get away.
Yes, I know.
Now hurry up and do that shring thing that you always do.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
What? You don't? Oh, come on. You know, the thing that I'm talking about. The thing you do.
Are you talking about logic?
Yeah, that's it. So hurry up and let's swing already.
Alright. To be honest, it's been a bit hard to connect everything up until now just by looking. However, I should be able to piece things together if I take another look at my leads. Perhaps now is the time to use logic and reason my way to the truth.
Alright. My brain is saying these two. Because this feels very disconnected.
Really?
I don't know. My thought process is like maybe there's something in the Bobblese embassy that he doesn't want us to find, and that's why there's renovations, is to hide that. Does that make sense?
Well, I thought the counterfeiting operation was
Go ahead.
like, you know, I don't know, like the renovations and the counterfeiting thing make sense because they'd have to hide the counterfeiting.
So
stuff.
we have similar logic here.
No, because you think it's agitated, and I think it's the code change.
No. We have a similar logic here. The renovations are being used to obfuscate something.
Yeah, but you think it's the agitated Alba.
I said
think
similar, not
it's
the same.
Cochin. Well, I think it's Cochin's counterfeiting Alba, not the Alba one.
All right, let's do this then. I'm done.
Hooray!
I hope these fit.
Nice, good job.
We know that the counterfeiting pills were printed using the embassy's press. The necessary materials, such as the Bobblese ink and paper, must have been hidden in a secure location. But what do you think would have happened if the renovation had begun?
Well, he probably had to find a better hiding place so he would get rid of all of it.
Right, so we can assume that the renovation was the cause of the plate and bills disposal. And the reason Mr. Cochin was killed as the ringleader of the smuggling operation. Based on what we know, who do you think was the one with the most to gain?
Duh.
Correct as Alba.
It's the one person who has been erasing all the evidence of the smuggling operation. From both embassies, the co-conspirator who was mopping up, Ambassador Alba. Ambassador Alba had a very strong motive to kill Manny Cochin.
Motive to kill Cochin. Alba could conveniently place all of the guilt for the smuggling onto Cochin. Oh my god, this is two men. Now kiss!
The cause of Ambassador Alba's agitation, the rotten treasure we may find, and the motive for killing Mr. Cochin. Miss Yu said it herself that she didn't kill anyone tonight. If we were to take her words at face value, and the reason for the ambassador's nervousness can only be one thing. He didn't want us to discover the real circumstances under which Mr. Cochin was killed.
Then you mean Ambassador Alba is the real killer? But I thought the two of them were friends.
Maybe they were, but what if Mr. Cochin was the one who first betrayed their friendship?
Their friendship. Ugh.
Well, I get it. Wasn't Mr. Cochin pushing really hard for Mr. Polino to be ambassador after the reunification?
Yeah, you got that.
Yes, and that was the real reason that he wanted to steal the Alba Primidux statue.
Thank God.
So Mr. Cochin hired Mask II to go steal it for him. But when the ambassador Alba found out what he was up to, he killed Mr. Cochin?
It is definitely a possibility at this point.
Those two are really thinking of no one but themselves. The question is, how did he do it? Ambassador Alba was in Alabast. But Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Bobble, right?
Right, and that is what we must solve next. I believe we now understand why Ambassador Alba was so nervous and agitated. It must have something to do with where Mr. Cochin was killed. A place where the Alabastian ambassador was likely to meet the Bobblese Mr. Cochin. The place where the Ambassador Alba happened to have committed the murder is...
It has to be in the Deduction Neutralis.
Yeah, meaning that it wasn't, like, in the land of either or.
Yeah, which means
Meaning-
they're subject to my big gavel! So.
The only place that makes sense is here, at the Theatrum Neutralis.
What? Here?
The Goodwill event was being held here today, correct?
God!
So the only place that both of them would have had been in is here.
But if that's the case, then everything changes.
Is you?
Oh, this area is actually Alabastian land. So that wipes out all of those extraterritorial rights he has.
It makes logical sense, in which case, it is a reason for us to investigate further.
So what should we check out?
Let's see. I believe we should check the immigration records for both Alabast and Babel post-haste. Babel's records should be easy to obtain. However, the problem will be Alabast. I wonder if they would allow us to see their records despite the order to vacate.
Hi, Boogie! Welcome back. Oh my god, a revival.
I'm already one step ahead of you, Miles Edgeworth.
Franziska,
I have here a security footage from both Alabast and Bobble. You would do well to take a look at its contents.
Security footage. Footage of the entranceways into Bobble and Alabas from the Theatrum Neutralis. Data jotted down in my organizer.
you move fast.
Von Karma strives to be perfect in every way. It's not my nature to keep on retreating like this. I took the liberty of looking over the Bobble investigation reports as well. From now on, you will make no excuse to back down or say we can't solve this case.
I'm sorry about that earlier.
We won't be beaten. Because my cute little subordinate is going to try his very best, isn't he?
Hasn't she patronized me enough already for a lifetime? So this video contains footage from Alabast's immigration screening area.
I really hope there's something that in here we can use.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Which minute of footage should I examine?
The awesome sauce one.
This one?
Yeah.
I think you're thinking what I'm thinking, right?
Hmm?
Well, I want to investigate all of them, but that seems silly. I kind of
Because
want
what
to.
the fuck is inside that cart?
I mean, let's look at all of them. I want to see what all of them look.
Okay. Also, the fact that the child is missing still.
The child was on the thing, no?
No, but
Oh, like now,
like,
currently.
he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is you.
Sigh.
What?
This man is the immigration officer who was on duty. He's making a really scary face, even though there's no one around to see it. I wonder if he's just grumpy of sort. Although that wouldn't do much for tourism. Hey, he smiled a little just now. I wonder if he recalled something funny. Well, even if he did, he still has that hard glare in his eyes.
It would appear that he was born with certain-looking eyes.
Rather fitting for someone in the security business, I'd say.
Yeah, it's totally worth a look at all this.
Oh, I don't remember all these posters. I wonder what they do. Or they're what the fuck?
Yeah, this poster turns into a paper airplane and flies around.
Yo!
I do remember a bunch of these hanging in that hallway.
I believe they're all related to tourism and sightseeing.
In Alabast, impossible. You're a babble, I could believe that. However,
No, they're posters promoting tourist traps in this country. And I believe they were mostly of Gatewater land.
I see. So they were targeted at the embassy staff. There's a door leading into the Theatrum Neutralis.
I'm sure it's so hard to get through this door, you know, but I just can't get in. It felt so great when I was finally allowed to go through here. You know what I really wanted to do, though? I wanted to try sneaking my way in.
At least nothing seems out of the ordinary with the door.
Alright, and that's everything for this frame. Alright, I don't think I need to investigate all the stuff we already looked at, so let's look at you.
Can't believe how completely fooled I was by the way he carried himself.
He had me fooled, too. According to the files I had sent for earlier, Ambassador Alba was a Gohodopian hero. He saved the royal family from dangerous from danger, comma, in my head, countless times. So what bothers me is why a man like that would create a smuggling ring. Even with all this authority I have, I still haven't been able to figure out why.
Sounds like the ambassador was a hero who was corrupted by evil. But no matter what happened in the past, we can't let the man he is now escape justice.
Alright.
On the outside, he may look like the Steel Samurai, but on the inside, it's just Larry.
Other than the fact that it's good for nothing. Nothing else seems out of order.
Wait, you know as well as I that anything can happen if he's involved.
You're not suggesting that someone else could be under that mask, are you?
No, I don't think that. As before he entered here, he gave me an autograph, so I'm certain it's Larry under there.
I like that the child kind of looks like Maya.
I see it.
Doesn't something about this lump's shape strike you as odd?
Huh? Isn't it supposed to be this shape?
No, there's clearly something odd about the bulge. If only we had the push card itself, we could compare and confirm my hunch.
Push card. Steel Samurai pushed this to Alabas from the dressing room. The bulge is unnatural. Data jotted down in my organizer.
Next, let's check the footage from the bauble security camera.
Is you? Oh wait. My bad. Anyway, if any of you guys are coming in late on today's stream, a big old guy, or sorry, a small old guy turns out to be big bad old guy. And now we're trying to figure out how the heck he did his crime and pin it on him and make it so he can go to court and go to prison. Yippee. That's the plan.
Oh.
Welcome
I
back.
hope it shows us something good. Philly, there wasn't a single sign of suspicious person or anything.
That right there is the contradiction.
Huh? Did I miss something?
You didn't miss anything, because there was nothing to miss. However, what is missing is the image of Mr. Cochin entering his own country.
But wasn't his body found in Bobble?
Exactly. What the heck? Did this sprite like glitch out for a second? Did you see that?
It would appear that the true face of our final puzzle has finally revealed itself.
Investigation complete.
I need to go pee.
All right. Go pee.
Actually, I decided I should wait.
No. Go now.
Oh, all right. Sorry for yelling. It was like a spur of the moment kind of thing. I'll be right back.
Just go.
I want chips. I'm so hungry.
Well then, it looks like you guys are stuck with me. Sargi.
And coffee. I want coffee too.
I was gonna get herself a whole ass mini mukbang. Time to clean the spectacles. Now I do wonder. I don't think as I anticipated. I don't think we're finishing this episode today, but I am very excited for. I don't know if it'll be next week. Actually, I might just do it like in the middle of the week just to cap it off, since it probably won't be that much anyway. That's what I might do. I might do that. Then we can have Balantra one week. Ooh, Balatwa. Well, why don't we take a little Ace Attorney investigations break? That's the idea. That's the plan. I have a new game I've been talking about for a while that'll hopefully be. It's coming out this month, and I really want to play it. It's a little scary, but it's a cool scary. And hopefully I won't. I'm scared it's not gonna be like, oh, I'm so excited, and then I end up hating the game. Also, no, it's this guy. I just realized he's back. He's back. Hey guys, how you guys doing? I'm one of the ambassador's employees. Hey guys. He's me in a suit. What is he doing here? And his opponent is Peepaw. His rich Peepaw. Hello, I am a distinguished gentleman. Yes, I am. I don't know if I'm like sold on my voice for Alba. I just wanted to give him like grumpy old man, similar to Gant. I feel like that makes sense because he's still like old Pinocchio. I want to change his voice drastically. It would be funny if I gave him like a Von Karma voice. I don't know.
Like, what are you doing in my embassy? Get out.
Something like that. I don't know. Just keep the. I don't know why. I care a lot about doing the voices in a fun, nice way. Wedge. It still is unfortunate that outside of the investigations games, you really don't see Franziska outside of like the trilogy. We're never gonna see her again. Imagine her in 3D. She'd be so awesome. She'd be so cool. I wonder if like the future, like the 3D Ace Attorney mainline games, like when Edgeworth, because I know Edgeworth appears in those. I wonder if they ever reference anything from Investigation. That'd be cool if they did. That'd be super sick. Anyway, I'm sad now. We're just getting a whole bunch of snacks and I'm left here to rot. I want snacks too. So selfish. I'll pass on the coffee though. I'm not a coffee person. It's not a coffee guy. Never been a fan. Oh. Ugh. Sitting in a chair is the worst. Nice and comfortable. I can't wait for winter to be over. This winter has felt especially cold. I don't know why. It feels super cold and I'm tired of it. I don't want it to be cold no more. No more. I'm tired of cold. I like spring a lot. I know people have pollen allergies and stuff, but I like spring. Spring is just nice because the weather's fresh. It's refreshing. And autumn is like slightly chilly. Spring is like slightly warm, and that's perfect. Slightly warm is perfect. I like slightly warm. That's a comfortable living temperature to me personally. If the world was in springtime all the year around, I would not complain. I would not complain. And the pollen wouldn't be as bad if that was the case, you know? Oh, so this guy has an immaculate smile. Look at him. What happened?
Suki's like, she has the zoomies right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard her like run back and forth the hallway like 10 times. I'm like, what the hell is she doing? So I look at her and she's not moving. She zooms another 4 times back and forth. When I go back to check on her, she's in the exact same spot, staring off into the distance, like she's been like in some kind of war zone before. And I'm like,
I'd
what
like
the
to.
hell is wrong with her?
I like to think she's practicing to be a cheetah.
I walked up to her and then she immediately like rolled over and then like tried to kill me.
What? I'd like to think that Suki thinks she's like a Pokemon, right? And she's like trying to spec into like a cheetah evolution. She's like practicing her quick attacks. She can evolve into a little cheetah. Anyway, look, it's this guy. Look at him.
He's just like you.
I don't like that.
I don't know. I like that guy. He's cool.
Wait, oh my god, hold on. Is that an error? His shoe is cut off, guys. Capcom. I demand a refund.
Capcom.
Is that a refund, Capcom? Demanding a refund, RN. Why are the pixels on his shoes moving? Oh, because he's animating. Okay. Freaking freaked me out. And his opponent is this old guy. Hey, Capcom, is that a line in his shoe? Sorry, I'm out here playtesting their game. Anyway.
Is it that Danganronpa sprites are like uncolored sometimes? Like there's this one sprite, I think a piece of like their hand clips underneath an accessory they have. Or like they forgot no, the accessory isn't in their hand anymore, but the coloring of it is still on the character. It just doesn't have the outline anymore. Or the
That's
fact
hella
that some
weird.
like pieces of the character sprites are uncolored so you can see the background in them because it's transparent.
Magnificent production. Anyway, let's continue.
Ambassador Alba!
How about all the soldiers and just that one guy?
I thought I had asked you for you and your group to vacate the premises, Mr. Edgeworth.
Actually, I thought I should let you know that this theater sits on my country soil.
You've had your fun, and I've enjoyed our little game. I dare say that you've even achieved a new high score. However, once you've recorded a score, that same game can never be played again.
Wrong. If you're me, I'll play it forever.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Your game is done, and it's game over.
He's a little gamer. Look at him go.
No!
He had a Game Boy when he was young.
Where do you think you're going at this time of night?
After admitting to my crime, I was overcome with regret. So I'm heading into the airport now to return home.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. There are too many issues we need to discuss with you.
You can't stop me, Mr. Edgeworth, and you know it.
Ugh.
Hold it. Please, may I have a little bit of your time, Ambassador Alba?
Ambassador Paleno!
Even just a teeny tiny bit is fine with me. The already strained relationship between our countries is in a precarious situation, you know.
Very well, if you insist. I will play just one more round with them and see what they want. Not that they'll get any farther.
God, I love Paleno so much. He's so pretty. Look at his serious sprite.
I know. He's gone on your I love him list.
Ambassador Paleno.
Also, I'm sorry, I have you highlighted. Mr. Edgeworth! All I wish is for the normalization of relationships between our two countries. But there's one person standing in the way of that dream. I believe in you. You'll do what's right.
Thank you for your vote of confidence.
He stops the music with his hand.
Now then, what was it you wanted to ask me about? I do have a flight to catch after all. I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit you to just one question.
That's more than enough, because I only have one question anyway. I want to hear your alibi, but how you couldn't have killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Oh, I see. You seem to have a good hand this time around. This should be fun.
This really is the very last chance we have to bring him down. I won't allow my brain. I won't allow even an atom-sized contradiction to slip by.
Ambassador Alba's alibi. God, that's a lot of A's.
It's the AAA.
That's how you know this isn't over. You can. This is still like the first level of like argument in the theme. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if you remember,
Yeah.
but we finished the middle and there's 3 ends.
Yeah, I know. We hit the
Okay.
first save point. I know. We're going to the second one today. Or you know,
we
if
might
this,
be able to finish it.
I don't think so. If they're all about the same length, then I don't think we're finishing it today. Because we're already like we're at the 2.5 hour mark, and we've like about like a third through this section. I'd have to guess.
Oh yeah, we're not ending at 5. I don't know why I was so adamant that
We are ending at 5.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I
got
mean.
this.
We only have an hour and a half left. The first section took like 2 hours. You catch my drift?
Frankly, I still don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicion here. Under your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Coach and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point, I was an Alibi the whole time. So it's simply not possible for me to have killed him in Bobble. That is my alibi.
I finished my bullet chip.
Damn, already?
No, actually, it's because it was small. Because I was like,
I don't eat too much.
food's almost ready,
I see.
and I'm just really hungry.
Fair.
So that is your alibi.
That is correct. It's simply not possible for me to have committed a crime in Bobble. Now that we've cleared that up, I'd appreciate it if you would move out of the way.
I said hold it!
What is it this time? I thought I told you I'd only allow one question.
You did. But you still have yet to really answer my one question.
What?
Until you tell us the truth, I will refuse to budge an inch from where I'm standing.
You
Ugh.
got you there.
Very well. I'll play with you just a little longer.
Miles Edgeworth, as my subordinate and representative of this country's prosecutors. You are forbidden to lose.
Of course. That is something I've understood from the start.
That guy's the one who ordered my father killed, isn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
The goal of the first Yara was to capture the smuggling ring's leader. My father and Uncle Bad.
Oh, and you, I guess.
and you, I suppose. And me. You and me. Their legacy will live on. Through me! So that's why we've gotta catch him, okay?
We will. I promise. Now, Ambassador Alba, let's have at that truth now. At the truth now, shall we?
Oh, God.
No matter how many times you ask, my answer remains the same.
Rebuttal. Ambassador Alba's alibi. That's a tongue twister. I don't give a shit. Ambassador Alba's alibi. Ambassador Alba's alibi. Ambassador Alba's alibi.
Please paint my persona a pretty purple.
Please paint my powerful persona a pretty purple.
Yes. Said it right.
Ambassador Alba's alibi. Ambassador Alba's alibi. La, 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 la.
Ambassador Alba's alibi?
Okay, I lied.
What?
First of all, this is a range. This is really pretty.
I know.
Being the leader of a smuggling ring while taking on the duties of ambassadorship. Don't you think that the combination is more than enough reason for suspicion? And there's the matter of the crossbow arrows and the Primidux statues.
That.
I'll bet it's something more than your flight of fancy.
Manfred and you should get down and get sick.
His objection is neat. His
It's
objection.
good.
It's so good.
I think it's on the same level as like Manfred's.
Really?
Like I don't know. That sounds scarier than Manfred's. Manfred's just sounds low and
Manfred is just like,
I'm Batman.
and he's like, hear me.
I'm Batman. Objection.
What do you mean
just
by
had
that?
Oh,
Sorry.
Gorgeous objection.
Okay. Under your hypothetical sandwich, discussion never follows.
It's not a hypothesis. Earlier we proved it to be what happened.
Well, let's leave that to one side for now. Because it doesn't change the fact that I have no motive.
I want to talk about how, like, teeth are drawn in Ace Attorney when they open their mouths, right? It is a single line of white. His teeth are scary and, like, a freaky thing. For the other guy, they're all defined very, very... Please, I need you to look at it.
Yeah, no. Well, we're gonna pan back to him in a second.
Oh, so you really had no reason to kill Mr. Cochin.
Yeah, that is creepy.
If you want, I suppose I had one. And why not? I'll indulge you. After all, there's nothing more than a silly game to me.
Even if that's how you see things, I'd appreciate it if you would take me seriously.
He feels like a mix of Gant and Manfred.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I suppose you are in a bit of a pickle. Very well, a game is no fun if the playing field isn't level. Therefore, I formally claim that I had no motive to kill. Now let's see you disprove it.
How can he stand there looking proud when he knows he killed another human being?
So, Wolf, look at a shame.
Well, I'm not going to stand by and just watch him get away with his crimes.
Oh, hey, we'll back it up there, buddy. So let me just read the line one more time, just make sure. In that case, what motive would I have had to kill my co-conspirator?
Are you serious that just because you were partners that you had no motive to kill?
I'm only following your hypothetical scenario to its logical conclusion.
Looks like he's not going to admit it himself that he was in a league with Mr. Cochin.
I suppose not. But I do know that his relation to the smuggling ring and to Mr. Cochin.
You mean he's the ringleader and that Mr. Cochin was his subordinate, right?
Correct. But I know more than just that. Miss Von Karma, I'm sure you remember the safe in Mr. Cochin's office, correct?
Yes. The safe had 2 compartments to it, didn't it?
Yes, and why do you think those stolen goods were being stored in Mr. Cochin's office? Could it be because he was trying to cheat Ambassador Alba behind his back?
So Mr. Cochin didn't turn the goods over, but decided instead to keep it for himself? I suppose that's possible.
It seems to me that both men were only concerned with their own wealth and well-being.
Then that means that maybe they didn't have a trusting relationship after all.
What Ambassador Alba had to gain. I believe that is his motive for killing Mr. Cochin.
That is his motive. Yeah.
What are you people whispering about amongst yourselves over there?
Ah, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Now then, let's continue with your testimony.
Well, I was an Alabas the whole time. Okay, good for you.
What exactly did you do while you were in Alabast?
I had a meeting with the Steel Samurai and then I arranged a few files. Around that time, that thief who was sneaking in took me by surprise.
Deduction! Are you saying that the masked second... Wait, it was the masked second that made the first move?
Yes, and it was after I was attacked that I hit him on the head with the Primidux statue. Unfortunately, he died from the blow, but it was an act of justified self-defense.
It wasn't really justified.
Calling it that doesn't cover what you really did.
Cover up? No, my boy, I'm not covering up anything. I'm telling the truth.
You weren't planning to admit it, which is why you tried to frame the Steel Samurai. If you weren't an ambassador, I'd be letting my whip fly loose on you right now.
I'm terribly sorry that I didn't clean up the body better, but I'm a busy man. I had a speech to give in the Rose Garden after that, you know.
And despite that, you still had time to kill Mr. Cochin, didn't you?
Man is evil, and I'm sure you are familiar with the facts, but... Mr. Cochin was killed in Babel while I was all the way in Alabast.
It's really not possible for me to have killed him in Bobble. That is my alibi.
You insist that it's not possible for you to have killed Mr. Cochin in Bobble. You are correct.
No, I thought you would put up a bit more of a fight, but if you must concede to me.
The only thing I am conceding is that it's not possible for you to kill him in Bobble. I am not conceding that your alibi is the truth.
Oh, I see. However, no matter how you try, that you can't crush my alibi.
You would be wise not to underestimate a prosecutor of this country.
We'll see about that.
So Mr. Cochin was a friend of Ambassador Alba.
Is you?
Oh. If that's true, then why did the ambassador kill him? Not like the case of my father, where he ordered someone to do it. The problem we have here is that we don't know what their exact relationship was.
Indeed, they had complete trust in each other, and there was no motive for the murder.
Shit, where's my
However,
tape?
both men were very selfish, and I believe that is where his motive arose.
Tape. Suki ate the shit out of my wires again. I have to... Evil tape, please.
Oh my god, there's 4 pages of evidence, bro. Save me! Dear Lord. Okay, I think my evidence here, though, will be the bills?
You're on your own. I'm fixing my wires.
Oh, good luck with Suki. So let's go. Cinder is a great stats. Evidence is key. Well, I know that. If I just had something from the safe, that would be like an easy one to just toss in. Oh, duh, the Damask note. How did I just not think of that sooner? He wanted to steal the Alba Primidux statue. I'm locking this in.
Objection!
Let's go.
If you want to know, I believe you did have a motive to kill. It was because Mr. Cochin had betrayed you. But you had your own reason too. Namely, you wanted to pin the smuggling all on him. Evil begets evil, and because you were trying to test each other, it turned into this mess.
He said that before at some point.
I don't believe this. You have a bad penchant for telling tall tales, Mr. Prosecutor. And if you're not, I suppose you have some proof to support your argument.
I never use guesswork in moving my cases forward. I'm not some Phoenix Wright.
Who's Phoenix Wright? He sounds dumb.
I can't wait to go back to regular Ace Attorney and be like, man, dude, can you guys get some confidence lessons or some shit? What's happening here?
It's like watching Apollo Justice go like, what? I don't get it, and Trucy, and everyone is like, Apollo.
Dude! What do you mean you don't get it?
It's like, he pulled out a knife, and he's like, what could this mean? You know, like, I don't understand. And it's like, the knife is covered in blood. Like, what do you think this means? You fucking... I love Apollo.
I love Apollo too.
It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand.
Oh, Deborah, are you doing the Holy Attorneys or just a few? Well, we've played 4 games so far. This is the 5th game we're playing. I think, right? I counted right? We've done the first trilogy.
Well, that's not the question.
What do you mean?
The question was, are we going to play all of the games?
Oh, well, yes, we plan on playing the whole
Yes.
Ace Attorney series. Every Ace Attorney game outside of the crossover game, which I'm not touching, I'm sorry, is on Twitch.
We're going to be playing it by ourselves, maybe.
Yeah, we might do that.
Game.
But what is it called? The Great Ace Attorney duology, all 6 mainline Ace Attorney games, and the pair of investigation games. I'm playing all of them. And they're all on Switch. Yippee! It's great. Anyway, let's continue.
It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand. Shall we take a look at it? The content of this note is a request calling for the theft of Alba's Primidux statue. By killing him and pushing all of the guilt for the smuggling onto him, you walk away spotless. I believe you understand what I'm driving at. You had more than a few reasons to kill him.
Are you finished with your hypothesizing?
Excuse me.
And suppose I did have a motive. Even so, a motive or a thought alone can't kill. Isn't that right?
I won't be able to go to Twitch. I don't stream on Twitch, so don't worry about it.
Twitch is dumb.
I've thought about it because like Twitch as like not as a platform, as like a streaming experience is neat. There's a lot of cool things that Twitch has, but like the interface and the company are both a little questionable. Also, I hate pre-roll ads with a burning passion. This shit is so annoying. It's the main reason why I can't watch Twitch, period. I hate pre-rolls. They blow and you can't turn them off. Anyway, continuing.
I didn't expect him to resort to playing the semantics game with me. It appears that this is where the real battle will begin.
You said you were going to stream this on Twitch? No, don't worry. I said that all of the games are on Switch. With an S.
Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Wait! What?
I told you at the very beginning, didn't I? You only get one question.
Ugh.
Ambassador Alba, if you could please just give us just a bit more of your time. It doesn't matter what kind of man Manny was, he was my subordinate. Which is why I would like for us to figure out the real cause of his death.
That is something for Babel to figure out, and something to which I have no relation to.
Now he's even turning down a request from Ambassador Paleno.
I'm very sorry, but it seems that now even my voice falls on deaf ears.
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
I love him. He's gorgeous. He's beautiful. I love him. I want to kiss him. We could live together happily. We could rule this country together. There's no need for you to apologize, Ambassador Palena.
Ugh. We must find some way to stop him from leaving.
Okay, tackle him.
Is there no further objections? In that case, please allow me to return home.
Hold it right there, Ambassador Alba.
Kay!
Like I said, Mr. Edgeworth, the Yatagaras's legacy will live on through me.
Yes, but how do you suggest we stop him from leaving?
You just leave that to me.
A little bit of rope here, a little bit of rope here, and boom, we bound him.
We bound him together. There's gonna be a few lawsuits, but
Hey, his first.
Ambassador Alba, do you recognize this?
No, and why should I recognize that tattered old organizer?
Wait, where have I seen that before?
That is a clue my father, Bern Faraday, left for us.
Did you say burn Faraday?
Mr. Faraday's organizer. Don't tell me this is one of the...
No, you got this.
Hold on. So this was playing piano upstairs, and that was, like, loud.
I didn't hear it.
Faraday's organizer. Don't tell me this is one of... This is the one from the second KG8 incident.
The one in which he wrote about the Yatagarasu's key!
Nah.
Yes. This organizer belonged to the prosecutor you had Miss Q killed 7 years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You say that like it was related to me.
Inside this organizer, he wrote up every detail of every evil thing you did.
What an amusing little girl you are. That sort of trickery won't work on me.
If you won't believe me, then take a look at this.
That sprite is perfect for this moment. Holy shit.
And what is that toy there?
Oh, I thought we were gonna do the thing.
That's...
This sleep breather device was used by the Yatagarasu, or rather, by my father.
Dude, okay, the wind blowing sprite, let's go. I like to think Gumshoe is like
like off screen, just blowing wind in her direction with a big fan.
He's like,
I know he's just like the big bad wolf huffing and puffing at her.
and then we have Lang helping the other big bad wolf.
Oh my god. They're like alternating breaths so they can keep the wind constant.
7 years ago, he used this when he snuck into this embassy.
What?
These 2 pieces of evidence that hold information the Yatagarasu dug up on you. If you go home now, I won't hesitate to send it all to Alba, but right behind you.
Oh my god, she's going crazy.
Little girl, get to the point.
I want you to go up against Mr. Edgeworth one more time. If you win, then I'll hand over these 2 pieces of evidence.
Yatagarasu, ever the thorn in my side.
She finally got called the right proper title.
Let's
the
go.
Yatagarasu. That is such a nice touch.
Okay, does that organizer really contain any information on his dirty dealings?
There's nothing case-breaking, really.
Ah, then it was just a bluff.
Even if it was, we still can't let all the info my father and Uncle Badwick found go to waste. Plus, just the existence of Little Thief is troublesome enough for him. Why is Soso asking me to join VC? I literally can't. I literally can't. Those 2 pieces, aren't they keepsakes to you of your father? It's okay, I believe in Mr. Edgeworth. He'll come out on top in the end.
Gotta get the bad ending.
Hey,
When the going gets tough, someone's gotta be there to put the wind back in your sails.
Okay, hold on. Her little glove fixing sprite is amazing.
After all this time, you're still quite the feisty one. I applaud your powerful nature. I refuse to lose this too. Ambassador Alba, you won't be returning home until you give us further testimony.
How dare you all, barring a person like me.
Ambassador Alba, your testimony, if you please.
All right, but this is the absolute last. Yeah, and even if you use all the power of Ambassador Paleno's office, you won't stop me.
Can't let this opportunity Kay has created for me go to waste.
Alba's Alibi, Part 2.
The last time I met with Mr. Cochin was here at the Theatrum Neutralis. After that, I was in Alabas the rest of the time, as I stated earlier. In any case, I did not see Mr. Cochin again after that. So you see, there was no time span in which I could have killed him. Won't you agree?
Anyway,
Now, since you people were practically begging, I'll allow you to question me.
What an arrogant old man.
Yes, but no matter. We can't allow this chance to escape us.
I'll warn you, though, you'll reach the end of my patience. Waste my time with any inane questions, and you will be punished.
So any need this pressing or presenting will hurt our case.
In that case, the only thing you can do is present the correct evidence. Understood?
Of course. I don't intend to let him intimidate me. I know Mr. Kocher was killed before he returned to Babel. In which case, there's only one statement to which I need to present the evidence.
All right, no pressing gaming here.
rebuttal. Alba's Alibi, Part 2. Mr. Cochin here was in the Theatrum Neutralis. I was in Alabas the rest of the time, as stated earlier. In any case, do not see Mr. Cochin again after that. You see, there's no time span in which I could have killed him, wouldn't you agree? Let me take a look at everything here. Would it be the bouquet? There's so many good pieces of evidence to present here. Okay, this is true. These are the only two statements that are like that present like a line of contradiction. These are facts. I think it's this. I think it's the photo. What do you think? Pookie? You sure?
I'm just chilling.
Okay.
I
I'm doing
did
the photo.
after the pulley thing, I am pretty good.
I'm checked out. Good. I did my job.
I like clocked out a while ago.
All right.
I'd like you to take a look at this picture.
It's a rather nice picture, isn't it? It was to commemorate the restoration of relations between our nations.
Oh, it's commemorative, all right. One that captures the proof I need to show that it was you who committed the murder.
Come again?
This is the knife that killed Mr. Cochin.
Ah,
I see you recognize it as well as you should. For it was you who brought it to this theater. You hid it among the flowers you were to give to the Steel Samurai. Meaning that you killed Manny Cochin here at the theater.
it's time for me to catch my flight.
We're not through yet.
It's game over for you, Mr. Edgeworth. But I thank you for the entertainment. Ugh. No matter how passionately you orate, the end result will still be the same. I won't be returned to this country ever again.
That's right. This man is an ambassador. And he has extra shit. And he has extraterritorial rights. No matter how hard we chase after him, we won't be able to have him tried in court.
Yes, that's exactly the face you should be making. The face of a worthless cur.
Did you just say a slur at me? No.
Bye, theme.
Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I must bid you farewell.
Aye. The courts. So no one who can lay a finger on this man. This is really the end.
That's what I goddamn thought.
He's so hot.
Look at this guy.
Agent Lang!
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Prosecutor.
Get out of my way. My plane is scheduled to take off soon.
Sorry, but you're not going anywhere, Mr. Alba.
I'm through playing games with you people. You can't touch me. If you do, it would spark an international incident, Agent Lang.
Sorry, but no, it wouldn't.
What?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Good job holding the fort down here until I got back. So, Mr. Alba, your diplomatic immunity has just been revoked. Oh, shit!
What do you mean revoked? Spare me this nonsense and let me through.
Lang Ji says, before aiming for the throat, shoot the neck shield off first. Interpol headquarters in the Imperial household of the Kingdom of Alabast. Took a while to get things rolling, but they finally moved on it.
The Imperial household? You! What have you done?
You have been relieved of your duties as ambassador, Mr. Alba.
Whoa.
What?
What?
Effective today. Effective right now. And you have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank for this.
The Have any of the Yatagarasu protected?
You can't be arrested simply because you're an ambassador. In that case, I thought I should be of that title. You underestimated me, a descendant of the founder of the detainment philosophy, Lang Ji. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world. That really paid off.
God, he's beautiful.
Yeah, slap your ass back down.
It can't be! I don't believe this! My ambassadorship has been revoked.
Looks like you're finally coming to the grips with your new standing.
Woohoo! Looks like he's turned docile again.
He's probably in shock from the loss of his shield.
What a shame. I had so wanted to use my whip on him.
Why is this happening to me? I'm just a hard-working, honest ambassador.
Do you really think you can still pull that on us now? My God. You've already ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are. Mr. Alba.
He did that so hard, his back broke.
No, I won't be stopped now.
He still intends to fight us.
So what if I'm no longer an ambassador? You still don't have any evidence on me. The fact remains that you cannot arrest me.
I'd expect no less from you, the boss of the smuggling ring. Well, the rest is up to you, Mr. Prosecutor.
Understood.
You said that I killed Mr. Cochin in the theater. But even if it's true, that there was a knife in my bouquet, I left that bouquet in the theater. So anyone could have taken it out from there and used it, right? Besides, the claim that he was killed here itself is odd. After all, wasn't his body discovered in Bobble? Are you claiming that I carried his body all the way over there? Preposterous.
Objection!
I'll be the one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready? Because this is no game. This is war.
Alba's Alibi, Part 3. My God, so much Alibi. I make a freaking trilogy.
Oh my God, he has his own game.
Yeah, it's called Alba's Alibi. My favorite.
I killed Mr. Cochin in the theater using a knife that was stuck in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken the knife from there. Besides, Mr. Cochin's body was discovered in Bobble, right? There's no way for me to have transported his body from the theater to Bobble.
Well, hear me out on the fucking board in the fucking cart. Hear
That's
me
what I'm
out on the
saying.
body that's inside of there.
Look, don't you think you've had enough fun with me? You've already stolen my ambassadorship from me. Would you have me surrender too?
You have no plans to ever return to this country, isn't that right? Did you know that a bunch of your subordinates are seeking asylum because of you?
As if I care.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, boot this guy out of the embassy. We can finally end everything.
I know, and I will give it my all to see that he leaves in handcuffs. Without the title of ambassador, he's just another witness.
Yes, just another witness.
I love her face when she does the
Alright,
gloves.
what are we waiting for? Let's get this guy.
And get him good.
What if they understand that all I can do is present evidence from I wonder if they understand that all I can do is present evidence to the testimony.
I don't want to be that person. But this is the real investigations are the people the friends we made along the way. This is literally what it's summed up to, and it's really funny.
True, everyone's coming together. All right, Alba's rebuttal. Alba's Alibi, Part 3.
Am I allowed to press again? I'm scared. I think I'm allowed to press again. They would have told me. Probably.
Hold it!
That's right, as I explained earlier. The commemorative photo shows that you had the knife on your personage.
You have no proof that the bouquet was prepared by me, isn't that right?
Excuse me?
The fact that there was a knife in the bouquet was something I wasn't aware of.
What a pathetic excuse. The weapon that was used is one of your national treasures. It's not exactly something anyone other than you could touch, let alone take.
I allowed some of my trusted subordinates to handle them. It could have been my secretary.
You're an even bigger slime ball than I had thought.
You would push the guilt of Mr. Coach's murder onto your subordinates?
In any case, the fact that the knife was in my bouquet means nothing.
Okay, I'm allowed to press again. Thank God. I like the press dialogue. That bouquet in the theater, anyone could have taken the knife from there.
Hold it!
You still wish to deny your actions?
And you still wish to deny reality and accuse me of murder.
What? I am not in denial.
Even though he's not an ambassador anymore, he's still got a real bad attitude. I believe it's because he's no longer ambassador that he can let himself speak freely.
Well, if he's not holding anything back, then neither should I.
Wait! For the sake of this case, please refrain from what I think you're about to do.
Quite the pair of frightening women you are. But I digress.
I don't like the way he said that. There's something about right?
Hold it!
Even if he was found in Bobble, he was killed somewhere else.
Stop bluffing, because you can't prove what you're claiming. If this were a court-martial in my country, you'd have already been removed from the room.
Are you taunting us on purpose? Because I'd be happy to show you my claws.
Hold it!
Hold on, Agent Lang. Allow me to fight him in my way, with evidence.
I was just joking. Not so easily ruffled by the likes of him.
Too bad. I'm no longer an ambassador. It still could have been an international incident.
So you have the will to threaten us with that mouth of yours. And perhaps you can use it to return to the testimony.
Very well. But to be fair, you should watch what you say as well.
No way for me to have transported this body from the theater to Bobble. Okay. Whatever you say, bro.
Is that really so? You could have easily blackmailed your subordinates to be quiet and then move the body.
That's quite an insult to me and my subordinates. I'm afraid we can't have that. It's very difficult to enter my embassy, as the guards always conduct a thorough check. Someone so much as makes an unnatural movement, it would arouse his suspicions.
Come to think of it, there wasn't anything unnatural about him in the footage.
No. Wait. Let me think about that for a second. Alba said that the guard would become suspicious if someone acted unnaturally. But then, by the same token, the guard would not become suspicious if someone were to act naturally.
This is the stupidest shit he's probably said in the entire series, I'm gonna be honest.
If the guard sees something suspicious, it's something unnatural, he acts suspicious. If he sees something natural, he don't act suspicious. Giga brain!
Sorry.
If we retrace Mr. Alba's movements, we should find some hint to solving this case.
Oh.
You okay?
Well, right after the Steel Samurai stage show, he went back to Alba, right?
From there, he started preparing for his speech in the Albazian embassy.
It does sound like it wasn't possible for him to have gone to the Babalese embassy.
He couldn't have gone to Bobble, but the body didn't remain at the theater either. Is it possible that the body was temporarily taken to a different location first?
Alright. Let me at him.
Objection!
Actually, I do believe there was a way to transport the body out of the theater. Perhaps you should give this a look.
What is that supposed to be?
It's footage from a security camera that captured the state the state of the immigration area.
Should I congratulate you on getting your hands on it?
Just letting you know, we're not the only ones watching your every movement.
Thank you for the warning.
Now, if you could take a look at this section here. This lump here inside this pushcart. You know what's causing it.
Should I? Because I don't.
In that case, allow me to enlighten you. This is the cause of the unnatural lump under the cloth in the pushcart.
He's so gorgeous. And he's dead.
You were evil. That's it. You were evil.
Take that!
I was gonna say something nice, but
What is the meaning of this of showing me that?
We should say that the unnatural bulge in the pushcart is Mr. Cochin's body. You had the Steel Samurai wheel his body away from the real crime scene.
What a guess. But I wonder if you have any evidence to support it.
I admit that for now, it is but a hypothesis. However,
If you can't prove it, then I'm afraid I must be on my way. I don't have any more time to play with you people. Oh, then! Sorry it took so long, Mr. Edgeworth, sir!
I love this theme with this.
Gummy!
Detective Gumshoe, is that the Steel Samurai's pushcart?
My eyes fucked up, and I read that as detective asshole, and I was like, what the fuck? Why would he say that?
Detective asshole.
Coach is like the opposite of an asshole. He's like a sweet hole. Anyway, let's continue.
Yes, sir! I found it in the open air stage area.
That's where you went.
The detective spirit that Pops left me with. I thought I'd follow my gut and go with it, sir. So, Mr. Edgeworth, is this worth anything to the case?
Yes, it just might play a major role in solving this case, Detective. Something isn't right. I thought that the entire samurai family was an Alabast. Where exactly in the open air stage area did you find this pushcart?
I found it just lying there at the edge of the stage, sir.
Oh, let's leave that for now and examine the inside, Detective.
Yes, sir.
What a boring car.
Steel Samurai Daddy used this pushcart to wheel the Iron Infant around.
The Iron Infant is the Steel Samurai's and the Pink Princess's kid, right?
Yes, he made an appearance at the end of the stage show. It was a rather fitting ending to the whole thing. That the Steel Samurai was unwittingly forced to move the body is just unforgivable.
Oh, won't you look at that? Some raspberry
Holy
jam.
shit, someone had their period.
Why is it always... How'd the baby have their period?
Not the baby, the dead body.
That makes... I feel like the baby makes more sense.
Listen, let me hate on Manny Cushion.
It's blood.
This must be Mr. Cochin's blood. Which only goes to prove that Mr. Cochin's body was indeed transported by this pushcart. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Cochin at this theater, and then placed his body inside the pushcart. And then... you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you.
I forced him to move the body into Alabast.
Sorry, I don't know why I turned him into that voice.
Evil grandpa.
I forced him to move the body into Alabast. What nonsense. Why would I bother to do such a thing?
You were scheduled to make a speech in Alabast, meaning it was difficult for you to make a stop in Babel. However, what if you moved the body to Alabast? Because it was your embassy, you can keep an eye on it and tamper with the evidence. And then you smuggle it out of Alabast.
No!
I want to see his full breakdown so bad.
True.
If I can show you how you move the body from Alabast to Babel, then I win.
But you can't. The security between the two countries is incredibly tight.
I'll be the one to judge whether I can or cannot prove it.
My God.
And so I ask you to provide us with testimony regarding your movements after your return to Alabast.
Miles Edgeworth. Have you figured it out? Do you know how the body was moved?
To be honest, I have nothing to support my hypothesis at this time.
I kind of want
However-
onion rings.
Huh?
I kind of want onion rings.
Oh.
However, I don't believe I've made a mistake in my logic up until this point. Which means...
There is no question that can't be answered, right?
the Primidux statue was smuggled successfully through a brief flight through the air. So why shouldn't there be an answer as to how the body was moved?
Sorry, I like cringed at myself when I thought about the fact that they could have just put the body in the statue, like in the hollow place, and that would have been disgusting. Like, I don't know what about that makes me feel so like unnerved. Actually, I think the whole sentence made me unnerved, but
Yeah. But then if they did that, then the police system wouldn't work.
I know, I'm just saying, it'd be like, fuck, it'd be so creepy if, to find a body hidden in a statue like that.
Yeah.
Writing it down.
Anyway.
Which means there must be a logic flaw somewhere I can exploit.
Movements in Alba.
After I returned to Alibi, I had my picture taken with a steel samurai, shaking hands. Then, just as I was about to start my speech, the Yatagarasu appeared. I feared for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all.
Objection!
It looks like you left out a few things, such as the murder of the masked second. Furthermore, you left out the part about meeting with me in your office.
Those trifling matters. I don't believe I need to speak of those things again.
Slow motion.
I do so hate to waste time.
What?
You! Is not every life precious?
You really need me to answer that for you?
Objection!
People like you cannot be allowed to wander freely throughout society.
Sorry, through society.
And you'd better try hard, because I doubt you'll find a single contradiction.
He's really full of himself, isn't he?
Yes, he is. How could he be so confident at a time like this?
Come on, don't be shy. Go ahead and ask whatever you like.
Rebuttal. Movements in Alabast.
Dear God, I hate these like large questions. Like
I
it makes
know.
sense in court, but this is just like tedious.
Yeah, I know. It's like back to back to back to back. And I'm like, oh, please let me out. I don't
There's
wanna...
nothing more than just pressing and evidence, right? Like there's no like.
I know.
It feels like we have not moved a
Yeah,
centimeter.
I get it. You're like stuck in a stalemate in a tug of war, and you're just like waiting for someone to like slip up. Then you can
Yeah.
yank the cord and
And then they're like, well, actually, you cheated. So let's try that again. And you keep playing tug of war over and over and over and over. And it's like, please, I just want to do something else.
it's not even that. It's just like you gain like it's like a stalemate where you pull a little bit, but then they pull back, and then you pull a little bit, and then you pull back, and then it's once like someone slips up, once their grip loosens, once their shoe starts to slide, that you can really start yanking it the other direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even after all of that, after the game's over, they're gonna be like, well, actually, I wasn't ready, and then you guys
Well,
gotta
no,
do it
it's
all
not-
over again.
It's not that. It's more like a new opponent enters the ring, and there's a different problem to solve.
Not always. So far, it's been the thing of like, he's like, well, actually, and it's like, shut up, please.
All right, let's continue.
So why was it only the Steel Samurai? I thought the Pink Princess was also around.
The Pink Princess was suffering from a bad hip at the time,
Oh, right.
and the doctors recommended that she rest.
Wow, so you do have a soft side after all.
He just didn't give a shit.
The pain of a bad hip. I suppose none of you can really understand how it feels.
Oh, so you tend to strain your back as well, huh, people?
Isn't that just because you're normally all hunched over?
You did need to keep up the act no matter what, I suppose.
The The point of this is not to discuss my back problems. About 15 minutes after our handshake, I was in my office preparing for the speech.
As I was about to start my speech, the Yatagarasu appeared.
Hold it!
That Yatagarasu was just a trick that you That Yatagarasu was just a trick that you had set up.
My god.
A most amusing joke. And how do you propose that I set it up?
If you really want to know, I can explain it in detail for you. You arranged the spotlights in the Rose Garden so that when you were to take the stage, the audience would see the Yatagarasu's shadow.
Oh, that is an interesting tale. Sadly, it has nothing to do with me.
What's it gonna take for you to fess up anything?
Ugh, very well then. Let's move on to a different question. After the Yatagarasu appeared, what was the state of the Rose Garden?
Everyone took refuge inside the embassy. I even helped with the effort. And then once everyone was inside, well... Fee for the national treasure, so I raced back to my office.
Hold it!
And what happened after you returned to your office?
I don't want to keep on repeating this, so... However, upon my return, I had that stroke of bad luck and bumped into Mask Man.
Objection!
And I don't want to keep repeating this either. But his name was Damask Second.
Who cares what he was called? By the time he got to the Primidux statue that he was supposed to steal, it had already been swapped for the fake. Talk about an unlucky man. Being bludgeoned to death with a fake statue.
Miss Von Karma's really letting her whip fly now.
Eek! I think the scary part is the silence while she's doing it.
She must be at the limit of her patience as well. Physical attacks are meaningless here. He's a ghost type. only evidence will suffice.
What is he talking about?
Ugh. I can't find a single flaw in his argument. At this rate, I won't be able to prove that he is actually guilty of anything.
Ah, we finished here.
Miles Edgeworth! Can you not come up with how the body was moved to Bobble?
Sir!
Mr. Edgeworth!
Ugh.
You don't have to prove it so much. Is he going to get away with it?
Ugh. This is the end.
Larry, come in, Larry. Please.
Who is that?
Hold it! It appears you made it just in time. It would be a great honor if you would allow us to be your allies in battle.
I heard the little ding sound. I was like, I know what's happening. It's gonna be.
It sounds so familiar, but I couldn't pinpoint it.
Evil magistrate, it's time for you to pay!
Go go gaga.
It's the Steel Samurai?
What the fuck is happening, bro? Hey, they found the Iron Infant at least.
No, you're mistaken, for I am Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of New Old Tokyo. And this is Pink Princess Mommy.
Hey, Chifu!
No! The two people that I want to see the least! Larry! What are you two doing here?
Way to show your gratitude, Edgy. You just wanted to help? You just wanted to help. Yeesh. I'm gonna get the bad guy with a single toss of my samurai spear.
Go away!
Go away. It's so funny.
Go away!
That's really funny, god damn it. That's like a great meme image, low-key.
Go away!
Go away now. Please.
How can you be so mean to us, Ashibu?
All three of us came to lend a hand, and this is how you treat us?
Oh, I'm gonna get so
isn't this
lightheaded.
grand? And I see they managed to find the Iron Infant.
Does that really matter right now?
Hey. Is it just me or the Iron Infant is completely soaked?
Oh yeah. I found him in Bobble, but he was in the middle of the pool.
Wait a second. Larry, go back to what you just said.
Huh? Oh, it appears that we made it.
Not that far back. Fast forward. Think about finding the Iron Infant in Bobble. He found it in a pool. I don't recall there being one in Bobble.
Oh, that! Well, I was in Alba the whole time, so I have no idea how the Iron Infant wound up in Bobble. I thought I had lost him in the Rose Garden. But I guess maybe this cute kid can swim, huh?
Wait, what?
Wait, I'm so confused now. Are they connected?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is there like, are they connected?
Bro, imagine Peepaw just like...
Like plowing to an underwater tunnel as like an old man. That's really funny to me.
Wait, what? Larry, you lost the Iron Infant in the Rose Garden. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure, but I found him in...
That's enough, Larry. The Iron Infant that Larry lost managed to move between the two countries. Furthermore, the Iron Infant was found soaked in the middle of a pool. This is what I've been looking for. It's another smuggling route between the countries.
Also, hi, Drippy. How you doing? Don't ask questions that you don't want the answer to. Shh.
What? No, what did Drippy ask?
You said,
What did Drippy
you said, how the fuck do you have 150 hours of Persona 5 Roy? You got it yesterday. Should I say? Shh.
It's normal, Drippy. You'd be surprised.
Listen,
I'm doing something and I just hear evil giggling and I'm like, okay. I know what you're
Shut
doing.
up. Listen, I might have been playing it like 6 hours a day every day, but shh.
I get to listen to him 6 hours a day giggling to himself.
You shush, okay? It's because
What?
the
It's
game's
not
good.
bad. I think it's funny because sometimes it's quiet and you go, and I'm like,
Stop it, stop. Oh, you're right, it has been less than a month and I already have 150 hours.
oopsie.
And then,
Me with all my other games.
yeah, exactly. You can't get on me, okay?
I finished all my games in like less than a week.
Yeah, I remember the 14-hour Somnium Files gaming session.
Stop it! The 14-hour Somnia File session was one of many.
Anyway,
The key to the route the Iron Infant took to travel from Alba to Bobble is...
I like the different options. Counterfeiting, bilateral symmetry.
the Iron Infant
and
went
deduction.
inside the Yatagarasu. In his butthole and out his mouth. I figured it out. I hope you're enjoying it. The game is great. Anyway, do bilateral symmetry.
Oh, that's right. The embassy was built with bilateral symmetry in mind. Detective Gumshoe,
Yes, sir.
there's a location I wish for you to examine post-haste. It is where I believe the route used to smuggle Mr. Kochin's body lies.
Does something like that really exist, sir?
An embassy built on bilateral symmetry. Meaning that this is where this is where we need to examine.
Right here.
Take that!
Yes, sir. I'll be back before you know it.
What's the area that's under construction now?
I think so, actually.
It's too late. It doesn't matter what you do. It's all a waste of time.
You will stay here with us and wait.
This is Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, it's here, sir.
There's a reservoir here, sir. Just like in the rose garden. Sorry, I clicked by that a little fast. Okay.
Just as I suspected.
Is he?
What is it?
The two sides of this embassy are mirror images of each other, which means that there's also a pool at the corresponding location on the Babalee side.
Another blue dot.
Mr. Coach's body was moved into Bobble through the pool in Alabast.
I can't believe we got to this point, by the way. This is insane. That's a little scally. Welcome to stream. Also, you experienced October 4th in Persona 3. Let's go. I'm dying to. I'm like crying for me to play more Persona because like she's like a month away.
No, he's been crying for the past week. Like, Persona? Persona? And the one time I was gonna play Persona, I was like, actually, I'm gonna go look for jobs. And you were like, okay.
Listen, I'm not gonna rush you, but at the same time, like
I had Persona open for like 2 hours, and I was like in like the intro.
I can
that
play
whole
it for
time.
you.
But then I get bored. I get bored watching.
Fair enough. Anyway, let's
And
continue.
I love being introduced.
That's a little scary.
Avoiding the topic with a vague answer like that is unbecoming of a prosecutor. If you don't mind, I'd like to see more physical proof you have any.
The Iron Infant is positively soaked in water. Why do you think that is? It's because he was fished out of a pool. Not just any pool. It was the Babalee's one. I think it's pretty obvious at this point what must be true. The water reservoirs in the two courtyards are connected.
And where's your proof that the two sides are connected?
Did you not listen to me, old man?
The proof is right there before your eyes. The half-drowned Iron Infant.
Jesus Christ.
What? The blasted doll! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back! Hey! Don't tell me! You guys figured everything out without me!
We did, thanks to this hero of justice's son. Even if he is just a doll, he managed to help foil the villain.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of unlikely that the body just happened to have passed on through Bobble. Through the Bobble, sorry. This guy's a doll and he's small, so I can believe it made it, but
He has a point.
Yes, that's right. I'm glad someone here understands. Mr. Edgeworth, are you going to next propose that a dead body can swim through a pipe?
That's us, Clary.
you see, Mr. Prosecutor, our chase after this man is far from over.
Agent Lang,
Why is he helping Mr. Alba out now?
Yeah, that's not what he's doing.
he's not. He realized a flaw in my argument and is helping me move the logic along. In which case, I shall return the favor and find the answer.
Another thing, Mr. Coach's body was found in his office at Bobble. So what happened to his body after it was transported into the open air stage?
Yuri. Sorry, you. Callisto.
Mr. Alba had an accomplice in Bobble, remember?
What's up?
I meant to say Callisto you, but I said Yuri because I named her that in Ponyta.
Yeah, guys, it was Callisto Yuri.
Guys, you can write Yuri?
You mean Sheena?
Oh, no, I meant Yuri.
With her there, you can see how it was possible to move the body up to the office.
Are you seriously claiming that she swam through the connecting pipe with the body?
He's right. Miss Sheena would have drowned if she did that.
It's hard to imagine that she swam through the connecting pipe.
It looks like your hypothesis about how the body was moved is still only half-baked.
What if there was a receiver?
Okay, what if they grabbed the doll, put a line on him, put a line on the body, and sent the doll over to drown?
What I was thinking is that someone pushed it down to the connecting area and then someone pulled it through from the other side. That's what I'm guessing.
That still is very, like, you're still very likely to drown doing that, though.
Touche. Maybe some snorkeling equipment is all we need to find.
In the end, it's all just the befuddled musings of an accusatory man. Now then, I believe you should give up and allow me passage. Because from the start, there was no feasible method of transporting the body.
What?
Mr. Prosecutor, recall Sheena's movements.
What was happening in the embassy around the time Miss Sheena was in Babel?
Thinking. But okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
The waters can be controlled with the fountain.
Yeah, that's what we realized it at the same time, essentially.
But there was a fire. If the fire was caused by Sheena,
Yeah.
she could have used the water to empty, like, the pools, so she can.
Yep. It was said earlier that the pools are used as a reservoir.
Yes, but I mean that as like that was probably a part of her plan to get rid of the body.
Yeah. The fire was caused on purpose. She set the fire so they could use the water from the reservoir. So then the water would drain, so then she could transfer the body without being drowned.
What a woman.
What a woman.
Get rid of the water.
That line yet?
Aha, that's it.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't?
To read that line.
I thought you did.
No. Well, if only there was a way to get rid of the water in the pool.
Okay, are you like on like a delay or something?
Whoops. Sorry, you know.
Now I believe this time we are really done, correct?
Unfortunately for you, it's far from over, Mr. Alba.
You are the most persistent man. Are you saying that you've thought of a way to move the body through the water?
Move the body through the water. That is completely unrelated to how it was done.
Excuse me?
The reason I say that is because there wasn't any water at the time.
What do you mean there wasn't any water?
What do you mean?
Just what
What
it
are you
sounds
talking
like.
about?
Tonight's events made it possible to drain the water, allowing the body to be moved. Tonight, the Artificial.Music set fire to a variety of locations in the Babelese embassy. In order to put the fires out, much of the reservoir's water was used. Of course, when the water was used, the reservoir's water level went down. If enough water was drained, the connecting pipe could be used to traverse the border.
So what? The water level went down. Reservoirs were connected. Does any of this matter? You can't prove any of this.
Pretending to be ignorant won't work with me. We both know what kind of situation we're in right now. Even in a game, there comes a critical game-changing moment. A moment in which you hit a wall that you must overcome in order to beat the game.
I haven't lost yet.
I found the route you used to smuggle the body, and that route
I switched it up for no reason.
will lead to your defeat.
Even if all the water was used by the firefighting effort, still can't really call that a smuggling route.
I know that.
I should have figured that you would notice. Hey, Mr. Alba, how deep are those pools anyway?
I'll have you know those pools are extremely deep. There are no ladders or footholds along the walls either.
Ah, this is where that comes in. It'll be difficult for Sheena to hold the body and climb out of the pool.
Ladders or footholds along the walls. There was no need for such things.
What do you mean?
If one were to use a certain
Girl is more
something,
powerful than I am. Girl is more powerful than I am, bitch. I can't even float.
Me neither.
if one were to use a certain something, they could go up or down in the pool at will.
No, and it looks like you got the answer already. Well, what are you waiting for, Mr. Prosecutor? Enlighten us already.
The way in which Miss Sheena and the body were able to rise up to ground level. If there was a way to control the water level, there could be a way the body was moved.
My question is, how the fuck did no one notice her?
This was used so that the body and Miss Sheena could move up and down in the pool.
Oh, you have to remember that one had a tarp on it. So like while everyone was distracted by the fire in Bobble, she like hopped into the pool, and unless someone looks directly down into the pool, no one's gonna see her, right? And
Yeah,
then
I'm just saying.
she pops out on the other side under a tarp.
Is she waterproof?
Again, there was next to no water in there.
No, okay, never mind. I mean, like when she got out.
Oh, when she got out, yeah. Anyway, let's go.
This was used so the body and Miss Sheena could move up and down in the pool. Mr. Alba used the fountain spouts in a manner of speaking.
Use the fountain spouts. How so?
The water level in the pools can be controlled by the opening and closing of the spouts. Miss Sheena and the body were lifted upwards by their buoyancy in water. The fire on the Babylese side and the firefighting effort. My god. These are set in motion all for the sake of smuggling Mr. Cochin's body. Shall I show you where the final destination of my trade of logic leads? First, Mr. Alba closed the fountain spouts in advance in preparation of things to come. Then he took the pushcart that was brought to the girl's garden and pushed it along with the iron infant and Mr. Cochin's body into the pool. At this time, Miss Sheena was busy conveniently starting the first fire in Bobble. Then she made for the open-air stage's pool to wait for the firefighting effort to begin. When the firefighter used the water in that pool, the water level went down. And by the time the fire was put out, the pipe between the two pools was exposed.
The way that this is so scary, I'd be mortified doing this kind of stuff.
I know.
This is when she pushed the pushcart from Alabas into Bobble. Once that was accomplished, Mr. Alba simply opened the fountain spouts once more.
Boom. It's filled.
And the water level rose up to its original level along with Miss Sheena in the body.
What a woman.
After that, Miss Sheena used the pushcart to carry the body up to the Secretariat's office. There's an elevator in the embassy after all, so you see, and with her small frame, she could have easily transported Mr. Cochin's body.
And we recall Gumshoe also remembered someone was using the elevator during the first fire.
Kibi. Thank you. Like,
You good?
Kibi. What happened? I think she's just excited. It's a good story.
That's really cute.
And that wraps up my thorough explanation of how the body was moved.
Alright, let's keep going.
Well, ex-Ambassador Alba, what do you think? Not so untouchable without your precious extraterrestrial extraterritorial.
It's extraterritorial.
Without your precious extraterritorial rights to protect you, are you?
I knew you could do it, Mr. Edgeworth, and your extraterritorial rights. Way to fight back.
You accuse me of moving the body across country lines. But when you get down to the nitty-gritty, you don't have what it takes to indict me.
The nitty-gritty. What does the old man want now?
Proof. I believe I believe is what he seeks.
Yes, proof. Without any, who is to say whether or not any of what you said really happened?
What's proof? What are you gonna do, Mr. Edgeworth?
There's no need to worry. I've had all the proof we need all along. The body wasn't the only thing to go through the pool's connecting pipe tonight. Just Detective Gumshoe found the pushcart in the open-air stage area. So too did I find one other item there. That piece of evidence is what will prove that the pools were the smuggling route.
Ah.
This is another thing that was smuggled over to Bobble's open-air stage area.
Take that!
And what exactly is this?
You have no idea, do you? This little piece that I found on the Babylese side will be your undoing.
A good top pick. Would you care to explain how that is going to do me in, as it were?
Much to your chagrin, perhaps, but this is not a guitar pick.
What?
This is something I found at the open-air stage, which was transported with the body. I naturally assumed that you would recognize it, as you took a photo with it after all. But since you don't, allow me to show you what this fragment from the stage area belongs to.
Take that!
Let us take a good look at the murder weapon that was used to kill Manny Cochin. On the handle of this knife, there is a beautifully blooming flower. However, it would appear that it's missing a single petal. Now let's see what happens when we try to fit this pick into that open slot.
It's you.
It's a perfect fit.
I assume that the petal must have fallen off of the flower during Mr. Cochin's murder. And then it was accidentally placed into the pushcart along with Mr. Cochin's body.
Nah. That's an interesting story, but nothing more.
My brain hurts.
I know. Hopefully we're almost done.
Oh, I assure you it's more than just a story. Because for some odd reason, this flower petal was wet when I found it.
It was wet, you say?
Yes, and the only place it could have gotten wet is from this open-air stage pool. I ask you, how did a part of the weapon which was smuggled into the theater wind up in the open-air stage area on the Barbalese side of the embassy? I don't think I need to waste any words explaining this, as this petal explains it all for me. And it proves that someone went from the Rose Garden's pool on through into Babel.
Impossible!
The people of Zhang-Fa have been waiting to see you, face to face, Mr. Alba. I'll tell everyone back home we'll be there soon. You should be happy.
Why?
I love the celestialness of the second track. It's
Why? It's a little late to be asking that question. You should have known from the very beginning. When you took your first life, no matter how you may plot, or how you may try to cover it all up, you can never hide from your crime and what you've done. Because we're here to see to it that justice is served to people like you.
You can't call what you've given a perfect argument.
You know, I don't think this guy is going to ever admit his wrongdoings, Mr. Edgeworth. Because he values himself above all else. People who can't be negotiated with are people who refuse to admit when they've lost. I don't believe those kinds of people really exist because everyone breaks eventually.
You're right. In that case, I have no choice but to use all the evidence I have. I'll use it all until he breaks under the weight of his crimes. Mr. Alba, I request that you testify once more.
No, please. Enough testifying, Edgeworth.
This really will be the end of the line.
To be continued.
Oh, thank God. Dear God, Edgeworth.
Holy yeah. Kidding.
Right?
The final testimony, Quercus Alba, but we will not be continuing this today. That is going to be it for today's stream.
Does that mean that next stream is going to be like at least an hour or two long? Half an hour?
It's probably like 2
An hour and a
hours.
half?
No, it's not going to be half an hour. This is probably going to
I
be at
meant
least
like
an
1 hour
hour and a
and a half,
half long
sorry.
section.
Man, it's going to be such a short stream.
That's all we'll do in the middle of the week, if you want.
Blah. But then what's the point? Can't we start investigations too? Leave everyone on edge. For
What?
like 2 weeks.
No.
But what if I'm evil and want to do evil things?
Please don't do evil things then.
Ugh, I suppose.
Anyway, that's going to be it for today's stream. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below because that's what the like button's for. We will be back again either... it might be next Friday. It might also be like Wednesday or something. I don't know.
I'm okay with Wednesday.
You okay with Wednesday? You might do Wednesday. Anyway, that's enough yapping for now. If you guys enjoyed the stream, drop a like down below because that's what the like button's for. If you've been liking Ace Attorney Investigations and you didn't watch the other stuff, the rest of the streams, you should watch those. If you like Ace Attorney in general, I have 1 billion streams on them. It's like 40 at this point.
And I'm there.
For a lot of them, yeah.
Only for the 3rd game.
Hey, ain't apologists.
Anapologists.
Polo Hustas. Anyway, I'll also be live on Sunday, by the way. Smile. Hey, that's not me over there. I'm done talking now. I'm really hungry. Mika's very tired.
I can't feel my eyes.
And I can't feel
My
my stomach. Anyway.
Poor tummy.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Now I'm going to use my extraterritorial rights to joke on you that you can't say the word.
I can say extraterritorial.